What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. And I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Go read through the schedule really quick and we'll check on all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing. And then, of course, we will be getting everything started. We are so late. We are so late. It's almost 5 o'clock here Eastern time here in Michigan. I was up till 7:30 working on the website. It was far into the morning time. The birds were already tired singing by the time I went to sleep. We have lots of new updates over on the website. Things are looking really good. Lots more updates to happen tonight. I know there's like little bugs and glitches in certain spots. I will take care of most of that stuff tonight, I hope. Either way, then I had apartment stuff happen. Apparently my paperwork wasn't good enough, and now I have to go back and redo my fucking paperwork, which is like doing my taxes for the third time. So I had to deal with those people, and that's why we are so late today. So anyways, let's get into the menu here. We do have President Trump live tomorrow. He's going to be in North Carolina, and I think he's going to be live a little bit after 4 p.m. Eastern time, so definitely look forward to that. Now, before we get any further, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the website, right now is the time to do it. Go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can watch today's live, you can post in Hooligans Alley, and you can hang out with all the hooligans in the group chats. Plus, you'll be able to join us Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern time for our voice chat, where we have lots of laughs. So definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to be starting off with a video titled Senators Launch Investigation into Kroger Over Alleged Surge Pricing. I've never been to Kroger. I know that there's Krogers near me. I just haven't been there before. But apparently they got digital price tags. And so they're worried that, say, everybody buys groceries at 5 o'clock. Well, at 5 o'clock, your groceries are going to be double priced. Because they just feel like it. They can just type little buttons. Now your prices are changed. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Change it back. Because it's digital. It's a digital screen. Now, they're saying that they didn't find evidence that that was happening, but they're saying that now, because of Kroger using digital tags, they have that ability, and they may just charge you a different price based on what day you're purchasing, or not what day, but what time you're purchasing groceries in the day, which is pretty fucking crazy. Communism's going ham these days. Then we got a video titled Fake News Crying Over Trump and Elon on X. We covered that live yesterday. For some reason, I had a lot of people mad at me like I broke X. I woke up to all kinds of emails and stuff like, I thought you were going live with Elon and Trump. What do you mean we did? We did. I don't know why people are so stupid. It drives me crazy. Anyways, that's not a video. That's just a screenshot of a bunch of crying news and stuff. I couldn't actually find a video of the people crying about Elon and President Trump on X. Little things here and there. People talking about him having a lisp. And Elon sucks because there was a 40-minute delay because he was experiencing a DDoS attack, as if that's his fault. So, I don't know. But anyways, got this little screenshot here to laugh at. Then we have a video titled Beyond Concerning. The U.S. could pay a terrible price for this. Now, they're talking about how over in the U.K., those locals are being arrested for social media posts, and they're actually cracking down on it. They're creating more restrictions, and so more people will be getting arrested over in England and all of that for posting on social media. Well, surveys are saying 53% of Americans think that speech is too free. Blows my fucking mind. I keep telling you guys they're going to do this with the guns too. They convince all the young people that guns are bad, and by the time the young people are old enough to vote, they will gladly hand over their firearms. If you do not invest in your kids' education, and I don't mean sending them little bastards to school, I mean to actually tell them, as your parent, as you being the parent, this is what is important in life. Your free speech and your right to bear arms. Like, fucking tell your kids this shit, or they're going to hand our rights over by the time they're old enough to vote. 53% of Americans think that speech is too free. Fucking crazy. Then we got a video titled House Task Force on Trump Assassination Attempt Requests Briefing. Apparently they put together a task force. Kind of like they did with J6. They had the J6 line of idiots or whatever. They go up there and pretend like they knew what they were doing. Well, they did the same thing for President Trump. They're going to investigate this assassination attempt. Over a month later, no one's been fired or held accountable for this ignorance, but It's because they're all a part of it. That's why, because they're all in on the shit. Then we got a video titled FBI investigating suspected Iran cyber attack attempts on President Trump and Harris's campaign. I think that's a lie, but I think they just do that for equality. I know equity, right? But I think that's all it is. I think they just included Harris's name on there. I mean, when the Democrats are attacking everybody, why would they attack Harris? And they're like, oh no, add her name onto the title. So anyways, a little bit of that going on. Then we got a video titled something out of North Korea. Schmidt and Lara Trump rip Camilla. Time cover. Disgusting politics. Talking about, well, it's Lara Trump calling out the Democrats in regards of Harris being the primary. Nobody voted for her. She just became selected. Now she's running. The same people who said that old man Walter wouldn't drop out of the race are now saying that Harris is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So just calling out the nonsense Lara Trump is. Then we got a video titled Governor Gavin Newsom calls for smartphone restriction in California schools. I'm glad this video is only 33 seconds long because I didn't even know kids could bring phones into school. We had cell phones when I was in school. We didn't have touchscreen cell phones. We had like Boost Mobile chirp phones and shit. We could bring them in the school, but if they heard that phone, even if it was in your pocket, if they heard that phone, they were taking your phone. And there's people fist fighting teachers and stuff. You ain't gonna take my phone and this, that, and the other. I know I was one of them, but we could not have that stuff out in class. If we were in the classroom, there was no checking your messages or any shit. Like, you could not do that. It couldn't be seen, couldn't be heard. That was the rule. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing in California, but apparently they got to ban phones because they've been letting their kids just sit there and text instead of learning to read, write, and do math. But you've seen the way these kids are. It must be true. It must be true. They can't read, write, or do math. They know how to use a cell phone, though. Then we have, well, let me see. Our last news video of the day is titled Ted Nugent explains why Trump attracts hardworking, pragmatic Americans. That's always good to hear from Uncle Ted. I like to put that at the end of the day. Kind of ease us right into our funny videos of the day. I couldn't find a feel-good video of the day. I mean, you might call this that. I don't know. The first of the two enjoyable videos of the day. The first one's titled Trump keeps a closer eye than Santa Claus. And then the funny video of the day, the official funny video of the day, is titled Just Cuz. And you'll see why when we get there. And it's funny. It's almost like a minute and a half long, but it's just nonstop hilarious content. So anyways, all of that is on the menu today. We're going to read through the chat really quick, see how you hooligans are doing, and then we will be getting things started. Snooks. NM. Oh, okay. I will check in a second, Snooks. Let me see here. Where's the little button at? What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Guess MJ? What's up, Livid Review? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Alistair? What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Matt? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Cassandra? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. Just a side note, if you're watching the live on the website and that menu bar at the top is annoying the piss out of you, scroll down a little bit and it will disappear. And that way it won't be hovering up there, attracting your attention. Just so you know. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? MU, I think you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat, MU. You're awesome. You see here, Alistair, you're omnipresent. You're awesome. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom. What's up, Wayward? What's up, Gron? What's up, Jeffro? What's up, Breeze by You? You're omnipresent. You're awesome. What's up, Mandela? What's up, Base Lady? What's up, 1976? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zupia? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Cody? Happy freedom. Let me see. Do. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. If I didn't get you already, don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble. Hold on. Let me click this. Get this chat all straightened out. There we go. I wish I had a desk to lift my monitors so I wasn't looking so far downward, but we'll get it figured out. What is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Murdercom? Happy freedom. Astro Hammer, you are everywhere. You're awesome. What's up, Zeus Boo? What's up, Shannon? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Matt? What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Appreciate you being here. And what's up, everyone over on the communism platform? What's up, MP? What's up, Proud Ankle? Happy freedom. What's up, PB? What's up, Find It Fix It? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Matt? What's up, Courtly? You guys are omnipresent and you are awesome. You guys are welcome to hit the like button over on the communism platform. It's like a big fuck you to YouTube. They don't like me, and so by you hitting the like button, that's you telling them that you like me, even though they fucking don't. So fuck the YouTube platform, because the people that run that place are fucking commies. Anyways, we're going to move on to our first video here. It's titled, Senators Launch Investigation into Kroger Over Alleged Surge Pricing. Now, I explained to you guys a little bit ago, they're using these digital price tags, right? So when you're shopping, you're trying to see how much this bag of chips is. I remember when they were $1 and $2. Now they're $6 a piece. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, they can change that price tag, that digital screen, at a whim. So if it's 6 o'clock and they're like, hey man, we got a lot of customers here, why don't you go down the chip aisle and knock all those prices up for the next hour, so everybody's paying extra money for shopping right here at this time in this moment. And then after they all leave, we'll bring the prices back down and nobody will know, because it's all digital. It requires very little effort to make this happen. So that's what's going on over on Kroger's. Let's get this pulled up. I said it like it's a platform. Over on Kroger's. Anyways, before we get into it, I want to remind you guys, we have these Trump Fight t-shirts. Comes in shirts for men, shirts for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and dog tags. Lots of items, lots of designs over on the merch store. Today I got on the Happy Freedom tank top because I'm sweating to death. It is hot as fuck in here, but that's okay. That's okay. I will be dropping the link in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Kroger, the largest grocery store chain in the country, is facing questions for using electronic price tags and the potential to change prices on a whim. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bob Casey, both soon up for re-election, just sent a letter to Kroger about their practices. The concern is that Kroger could be using the technology to create price surges when shopping is at its busiest. Kelsey Kernstein joins us live outside of Mariano's, a Kroger subsidiary right now. Kelsey, tell me it's not so, because I love that chicken, and if they're trying to rob me, I'm going to be angry.
Nick, I do too, but this really could have consumers really riled up. To kind of explain this, these are digital shelving labels. You maybe have seen them, Walmart, Amazon Fresh, Best Buy, and basically it means that these companies, they can change the prices just by pressing a couple buttons. And so it's got consumers and senators concerned that companies, specifically Kroger's and its many subsidiaries, including Ralph's, Fred Meyer's, King Soopers, that they're exploiting shoppers. Kroger's started using these labels back in 2018. They quickly expanded it to 500 stores last year. They said it saves their employees time. But now Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bob Casey, they sent Kroger's CEO this letter, which reads, widespread adoption of digital price tags appears poised to enable large grocery stores to squeeze consumers to increase profits. The letter also cites analyst predictions that this could then lead to dynamic pricing, which is what we see with hotels, airline tickets, where as the demand goes up, the prices go up. Nick?
Kelsey, that sounds a lot like we do with Uber and things like that. What is Kroger actually saying right now?
So Kroger is denying any of this. They're basically saying that they try to keep their prices as low as possible, and it works for them because that means more consumers are coming to their stores. They also responded to us with this statement, which reads, customers are shopping more with Kroger now than ever because we are fighting inflation. Adding any tests of an electric shelf tags is to lower prices more for customers where it matters most. To suggest otherwise is not true. Earlier this year, we also know the Federal Trade Commission, that they also, they looked into this, any price gouging with Kroger, and they could not find any definite proof. Nick?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to
All right, so it's more like a fear of something happening. It's not that these people have started doing this. You know, as I've said in the beginning of the live here, I've never been to Kroger. I mean, maybe as a kid I went. I think people in Niles, where I'm from, go and shop there. I think there's one locally there. I can't remember, but I know since I've been an adult, I've never been to Kroger, and all I've heard is that their prices cost more than Walmart, and now they're doing this digital tag stuff. So I'm not telling you guys to be scared. I know that's what this video is kind of telling you. It's more like keep an eye on it. If you guys are shopping at Kroger and stuff, pay attention to those prices a little bit, especially if you got an item that you purchase regularly, right? You're getting milk every day. You're getting, whatever it is you get every day. Pay attention to those prices. And if you do see a change, let me know so we can talk about it, because this is kind of a slippery slope. And if Kroger gets away with this, even though, like I'm saying, they haven't done anything wrong, right? It's just the potential for wrongdoing. As soon as Walmart or somebody like that hears about this, they will be using this to do wrong, and they'll act like it's a feature. I was sitting here thinking about it when screening this video. What if they act like it's a benefit? Hey, if you come in before 3 o'clock, it'll be 10% off your groceries. Or what if you know what I mean? And then they can orchestrate when their busy time is of the day, and then they can use that to commercialize it. They could have a third party come in and set up a table or something, and hey, at this time these people will be here also trying to sell you on stuff, you know, and they're going to manipulate people's attention by doing this, because everyone, it's like the county fair, right? And I've only been to Michigan's county fair, but I assume all of them are like this. The county fair comes to town, right? They're going to be here 3 or 4 days. What does everybody do? What day is wristband day? Because it ain't every day, and I don't want to pay for tickets, and I don't want to hang out with dickheads and all this other stuff. What day is wristband day? And that's what everybody does, right? They're going to do the same thing if the grocery stores start doing this. They're going to say, what time in the day is the best to go get groceries? And it'll be based off these digital prices. And then you will be fighting everyone to buy groceries, and it'll look like Black Friday out there, because everything's going to be manipulated for the time. So this is a slippery slope. This is some new thing that I didn't even know that these businesses were doing. So if you shop at Kroger, or you got a store that has these digital tags, definitely let me know, because I want to know more about it, and I want to know who's going to be starting off this corruption. But somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it. The world is an evil place. So somebody's going to take advantage of this system. We're everywhere. Hooligans are everywhere. We're international. So if you start seeing some funny stuff, take some pictures, take a video, send it to me so we can do some follow-up on this kind of technology. Next up, we have fake news crying about Trump and Elon on X. We're just going to pull this up. It's not a video. It's just a screenshot that was put together. People crying about Elon and President Trump on X. So we're going to sit here and read through this really quick, laugh at it, and then we will be reading through the chat, see what you guys think about Kroger, as well as whatever we come off of with this. And next up, we have Beyond Concerning, the U.S. could pay a terrible price for this, talking about how 53% of Americans think that speech is too free. I hate reading that. I hate thinking that's a true thing. It's probably not a true thing. They didn't ask me my opinion, and that's 2% right there. Anyways, read through this. Let's see. I can't even blow it up. Let me see. It says top left. Trump rambles, slurs his way through Elon Musk interview. It was an what does this say? Unmitigated disaster. I think that's MSNBC saying that. Reuters says rambling Trump Musk interview marred by tech issues. Let me see what else they got here. Trump's interview with Musk develops in yet another X catastrophe. Election 2024. I think that's what. Oh no, that must be the top page. I don't know who this is. Oh, Washington Post. After a glitchy start, Trump encounters a sympathetic interview in Elon Musk. What's really funny is Elon said at the very beginning, it was not an interview. It was just a conversation with the purpose of people seeing President Trump as a normal person. Now, of course, he's still flowered up a bit. He was in front of millions of people speaking. But that's what Elon had said. So everybody that refers to this as an interview is already brain dead. Like, they're already head so far up their ass, they can't hear you singing. You know, like, that's just how it is. So anyways, after 40-minute delay, Elon Musk and Donald Trump hold marathon bull session on X. Who says that? Variety? I don't even know what Variety is. Wired says Donald Trump and Elon Musk X conversation took forever to start and then never ended. Crybabies. They're crying hard. AZ Central says Elon Musk interview with Donald Trump was an embarrassing disaster. Were these people watching the same fucking conversation I was listening to? I don't know. Independent says Trump repeats same talking points during Musk interview, but the former president's lisp steals the show. Well, that's probably the most accurate one out of all of these that we've read. It was a lot of what you would hear during a Trump rally, and everyone did wonder about the lisp. However, and I might pull this up here in a second, there's video of President Trump sitting at the table talking to Elon Musk, but it's in the room with President Trump. As he is speaking, you don't hear a lisp. And you're hearing the same words. You can tell it is him talking in the interview. He does not have a lisp. It has to be the microphone setup or something, some digital thing. It was some tech issue. That lisp wasn't him. A lot of people were speculating dental work or something, but now I'm talking myself into into playing this video. I'll have to dig for it in a second. I got it here on X, but he did not have a lisp. We just were hearing that through the audio. It was the device or the microphone or something like that. When you'll see, I'll show it to you. Let me see, a couple more. Elon Musk throne Trump rally. X is a safe space for the far right, says Atlantic. Let me see. CNN says Musk tries to help Trump halt the Harris surge. These people are fucking drug addicts if they think Harris is doing anything special. That bitch was selected. She wasn't elected, she was selected. Now let me see if I can find this video really quick of President Trump. He wasn't lisping it up. We were all speculating on it, so this isn't me shitting on anybody. Well, you know, fuck CNN and those people. But we were discussing it last night during the live. You know, hey, why is he lisping it up and stuff? But here, we got this right here. So as I said, this is from X. Let me show my receipts here. Okay, this is from X. Came across this. We're gonna play a little bit of it. It's a short video. It's 20 seconds long. We're gonna play it. It doesn't, obviously what he's saying isn't relevant to what we're doing. We're just listening. Is there a lisp? Since everyone's so concerned about it. So real quick, we're just gonna play this. Listen for the lisp.
And posted, it would have been excellent. And I hope we can have something like that today.
Well, I think we will. I'm pretty sure we will. And congratulations, because I see you broke every record in the book with so many millions of people. And it's an honor. We view that as an honor. And
yes, if we could just record that conversation.
So I know the video is not very long, and it's kind of hard to hear what's going on. But I listened to that video 4 or 5 times, max volume, sticking the phone inside my head. Like, let me hear the lisp, because I'm going to go in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people and claim there's no lisp. And so I didn't hear a lisp. You can hear digital artifacts because it's obviously being recorded on a cell phone. But I didn't hear a lisp. I think that what we were hearing last night during the Spaces Live with President Trump and Elon Musk, some digital thing happening. There was some compression happening. A lot of people were pointing that out, and you can hear it. It happens on all social media. But I think the lisp was the microphone not being able to handle the plosives. People were kind of pointing out yesterday, we had an image on the screen. Is that a Temu microphone? Well, I'm starting to think it was. They had a Temu microphone. It couldn't handle those powerful plosives by the president himself, you know. So anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick. And next up, we got about how even Americans don't like free speech. Fucking disappointed. I'm fucking disappointed. Anyways, Snooks, thank you for streaming that last night. It was great. I thought it was awesome too. I was really hoping it was going to be a video interview, like a Zoom call between the two, but it was still pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. It was tech issues. Tech issues happened, so I don't know. I think it was a pretty good turnout. Reading through. Breeze by you. It's amazing they cannot stop themselves from the lies that they tell. It's their job. It's their job. CNN's job is to lie to the American people. The thing is they're not an elected official. They shouldn't be lying to people, but at the same time, people shouldn't give them so much credit because nobody voted for them. They're just people who do a lot of talking, and that's it. And it's all lies. It's all bullshit. It might as well be satire. It almost is. It's almost satire with how crazy the fake news is about explaining stuff. They don't explain shit. They twist it. They twist everything and make a lot of, they imply a lot of things, and they lie to the blue voters. Because that's the only people listening to that nonsense. Everybody else, we're watching it live. We're not getting third-hand information from CNN and people like that. Breeze by you, embarrassing disaster. What the fuck were they listening to? Not the convo with Elon. Yeah, that's... I don't know. A lot of people were pissed that they were talking over each other. But that's life. You ever had a conversation? Especially nowadays where everyone's used to kind of rattling off and being their own king of their own social media and stuff. People talk over each other. It's a constant fight for dominance in the conversation. It's natural human behavior. But a lot of people are like, oh, they should have had a moderator. They should have did this, that, and the other. It's a conversation. It wasn't supposed to be an interview. But I think what contributed to that was the lack of information and context for all the advertising for President Trump and Elon being on X. They were just like, oh yeah, they're going to be on X. I think they might have even called it an interview. And they were just like, yep, he's going to be here. We're going to be here. It's going to be great. And it's going to be live. And so I thought it was going to be a video. I thought it was going to be an interview. And I think everybody did. And then it started. Tech issues were happening. Nobody knew what to expect. And then all of a sudden they were talking. And it was like, oh, I guess this is what it is. Elon says it's a conversation, not an interview. And obviously there's no video. And so we were just winging it. And I think if they would have put more context in the marketing and advertising for that event, it would have been more effective. I don't know what's going on downstairs, but I know they better stop banging on this fucking ceiling. I'm feeling booming under my feet. If I stop, they're gonna have regrets. They'll never bang on that ceiling again. Breeze by you. I use fake info for the points. Yeah. I like to look it up for satire reasons. I'm like, man, this is really good stuff. Let's see what the fake news is crying about. Like that's what I do. Like, how hard are they crying over there? Hair juicer gas points is how they track spending habits to maximize profits. See, and I don't even know anything about that, hair juicer. I don't know what a gas point is. Zero, I'll ask my husband to keep an eye out for the manipulation. He does the shopping and cooking. Yeah, you're awesome, Zero. I would really appreciate it. What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? Happy freedom. Earlier on YouTube, I saw Tampon Tim and Cackling Knee Pads did some kind of stop at some union place. I'm not sure where it was on NTD. I haven't even heard about that, Mr. Beansy Beans. I'll have to look into it. Breeze by you, I'll check my Kroger. I shop there for gas points. Oh, I see. Yeah, that would be awesome, Breeze by you. That would be awesome. Tom, with the Kroger card, you can get deals like $3 shrimp. I don't know what that is, Scampi or Scampi boxes. Sometimes we go there every now and then. That's cool, Tom. $3 for seafood is pretty good. I don't eat shrimp, that's why I don't know what that's called. But, I mean, if it works for you, then hell yeah. I use my gas card at Wesco. I don't know if you guys got Wesco, but we got Wesco here. It's pretty common all along the west side of Michigan. And I use those gas points, and sometimes I get to pay Trump prices for gas because I eat so much food and stuff. I go get snacks, I get twisted teas and things like that. And every time I go through, I swipe my little points card or whatever. And then after 2 weeks or whatever, because obviously I don't do a lot of driving, when I need gas, I'll slide my card and it will say that I'm paying $2.28 for gas or $1.70 for gas and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do that. And I mean, I'm earning it, I'm spending the money, but it is nice to be able to afford gas. So if you got point systems where you're at, and I'm one of those people that usually don't fuck with it. I am very big on that. And you're checking out, hey, would you want a rewards card? No, I want to pay for my shit and I want to go back home to my giant cat. That's what I want to do. But if you take the time to actually fill out these cards and this stupid bullshit, it'll benefit you. Here in Biden's America, shit costs too much. So try and have some grace and maybe get some of them point cards, and I think you'll dig it, because I did it and I'm grateful that I have it now. So just passing it forward, Hair juicer, if I see digital prices, I'll grab one of those mobility scooters and film product for a few hours. That'd be badass, hair juicer. Hell yeah. Boots on the ground in Kroger, calling them out. Get some very woke Kroger. See, and I haven't been in there. I might make a trip. We got an Aldi's. Are they owned by the same people? They might not be owned by the same people. I'll see if I can find a Kroger around here. There's got to be one. Mr. Beansy Beans, you ain't got Kroger out there? It might just be an East Coast thing. I don't know much about it. I didn't know anything about What is where until I got this job? I didn't even know where half the states were located in the country until I got this job. Astrohammer Scampy, thank you for letting me know. What's up, Jump Offa? Happy Freedom. What's up, Tony Rez? Appreciate you being here. 1976, what is the Guinness Book World Record on number of government watch lists for an individual asking for a friend? 1976, I don't know. I think the information's redacted. We're going to have to file a FOIA for the Freedom of Information Act, see if we get the federal government to disclose that information. We need some hooligan attorneys. Well, we do got one. We got one that I know of, but we need a few attorneys to be able to give us some advice on this kind of stuff. Maybe file FOIAs for us. That would be badass. Bobby, we're having audio issues right now? Or you're having audio issues? Well, and then you say hi, so I don't know if you're high or if I'm actually having audio issues. I haven't heard anybody else say anything. I think we're okay. Tiger Jaw, 2 billionaires bring home $1 billion. That's how it goes. How it goes. Mandela, let's see, with Jeff being an audio guy, they can't fool him. Yeah, Mandela, and I listen closely to that stuff. Mary Todd, we have Fred Myers. Isn't that just Meyer? Isn't that what they call Meyer? Well, we call it Myers here in Michigan. Actually, oh no, I was going to say, I thought Fred Meyer was the richest guy in Michigan, but it's actually the Rocket Mortgage guy. The people that made the Rocket Mortgage loans, where they're like, hey, we don't care if you're homeless and have no education, never earned $1 in your life, we'll get you a mortgage. Well, that's not exactly true, because I tried to go through them, and they couldn't get me dog shit, and they drug me around for 2.5 weeks before they decided to disclose to me that they couldn't afford to give me a handshake. But that is the richest person in Michigan, from what I understand. Old Rocket Mortgage, whoever that guy is. Mary Todd just left X, got notified as soon as you came on. Awesome, Mary Todd, I appreciate you. What's up, Patriarch? Happy Freedom. Patriarch, dig the nightstand setup over the green screen. I don't know what you're talking about. This is not a green screen. Like, you must be talking about something else. This is not a green screen over here. Right? Like, no. Yesterday I had to stand for 5 hours on the live, and I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but the way that my feet hurt after I was done was kicking my ass, and then I accidentally slept past my alarm. I tried to sleep 3 hours. My body was like, fuck that. I didn't even have Klaus Daniels wake me up. I'm surprised he didn't start eating my face and shit, but anyways, I think I'm going to end up having to go back to sitting down. I don't think standing up is doing it, or unless I can raise the monitors so I'm not looking so far downward. Because you guys are just seeing how my male bald whatever is going on, my thin hair, and everybody cares about it more than me. I don't give a shit about it. Everyone's like, you're ugly with your gappy teeth. I'm not here for that. We're here for the information. We're not here. It's not a beauty contest. I'm not running for president. Shit. Not yet. Pumpkin, we just have woods and dreaded Walmart. Yeah, Pumpkin. It's true. Patriarch. A while ago, you was using the screen background. Now you got bling bling on the shelves. Looks good. Yeah, Patriarch. I like the green screen, but it's too hard. I have too much different lighting going on. And so I can set the green screen to be really good. But then Trump goes live later in the day. The sun's down. The lighting in the room's different. And now I got like fuzzy spots in the background. And I spent too much time dicking with it. I'm not a movie star. I'm not supposed to be sitting here screwing with that. I'm here to do the news and keep us all entertained. So I just got rid of the green screen, and we're doing it this way for now. Picture arc, it's missing a custom Jeff Mac live sign. I know. I want one really bad, but the amount of money that these people want to make that stuff is crazy. And I understand, like, neon glass and stuff. That's not what this is. This came from Five Below. It was $5 hairs. Now, obviously, it wasn't custom, but it's just LED lights and, like, plastic tubing covering it. So if I could get somebody to make me a custom one that wouldn't cost $1 million hairs, I would love one. Especially like a gigantic one. It says Jeff Mac Live. It'd be so awesome. Shannon. So they're pricing the same product with two different prices. Well, they could be moving those prices all the way around. You know, they could bump it by pennies and you wouldn't even know. They bring it up 30 cents from an hour ago. You wouldn't even know. You know, you'd see it at least when I'm glancing at prices, I'll be like, damn, when did trail mix get to be $7? When the fuck did that happen? Because I used to buy trail mix, it used to be like $4. And the last time I went, I was like, damn, when did it become $7? But if it was $7.25 in the morning, but $7.75 in the evening, you wouldn't even know. Well, I wouldn't know. I'd see it, be like, oh yeah, $7. Boom, throw it in the cart. I wouldn't know that they just ripped me off for another 50 cents just because I showed up at 7 instead of 6 or whatever. But yeah, it is slimy. Now again, they haven't been caught doing that. It's just the potential for it is concerning. What's up, Tweak? Happy Freedom. What's up, Backwoodsman? Just reading through and we're gonna get on to this next video. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, J-Dog? Cameron, it cracks me up how much Jeff says he doesn't know about something. It's probably weird being around someone so honest. People who vote Democrat are used to being lied to, and when somebody comes up and goes, hey, I'm wrong. Hey, I did something wrong. Hey, I just simply don't know about that. It's shocking. It's shocking. You're used to being lied to. When you're around other truthers and people are like, hey, I don't actually know about this, it puts you in a position to provide information to help better their life because they're admitting that they don't actually know something instead of going, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. And then not actually know dog shit. That's not me. I'm a truther. If you got a problem with that, well, you know what to do. Open up until you got, calluses in your throat. Stuff like that. You let me know. You just tug on that zipper and we'll get you ready. I won't lower the desk yet. I'll stay standing for the live. Just don't be too loud about it. Anyways, next up we have Americans feeling that free speech is a little too free. Well, they can suck a bag of dicks. Anyways, this is titled Beyond Concerning. The U.S. could pay a terrible price for this. Now, they're going to be starting off talking about how England is going through communism right now. For real. And it's actually going to get worse. That's what they're saying. They're like, yeah, we're going to actually crack down on that free speech. We've already arrested people for social media posts. We're going to do even more of that. And then they're like, okay, but what's happening here? Well, 53% of Americans think free speech is too free, which is super crazy. Anyways, don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble, and let's get this started.
Free speech is under threat overseas. The UK government plans to make stronger rules on social media after days of rioting, blaming online misinformation for the spread of the massive protests.
Meanwhile, here in the United States, the First Amendment isn't safe either. 53% of Americans believe the First Amendment goes too far in the rights it protects. Here now, live in studio, host of the brand new The Ricky Cobb Show on Outkick, Ricky Cobb. You can catch him every weekday morning live at 11 a.m. Eastern, and you know his X account, Super 70 Sports. Boom! Now you got a show on Outkick. Ricky, great to see you. What do you make of what's happening in the UK, but also the danger to our constitutionally protected right of free speech?
I think it's beyond concerning. We can see things happening in the United States right now that indicate to us that we're on the same path, that the United Kingdom is just a little further down the road with Canada, a little further down the road with that. And I think it's deeply concerning to see 53% of Americans believe that free speech goes too far or can go too far. I think we've been lulled into a real sense of overconfidence in some ways as Americans and don't really appreciate what we have because we've taken these things for granted. So I think this is a very turbulent time potentially in America, and we've got to be very careful.
I think it's generational because I think it's the younger generation that doesn't have the same reverence for free speech. And I have to believe that they've been taught in the school system, whether it's K through 12 or in the college and university system, that there are restrictions on speech, and restrictions on speech are good. Speech that we like is okay, but speech we don't like has to be censored. I think that's where it's coming. What say you, Ricky?
I would agree with that. I have over 2 decades in the classroom as a college sociology professor, and
You look like a sociology professor. That's great.
Well, I was one for a while.
Or a member of Blackberry Smoke, but we won't go there. But go on.
Maybe both, yeah. So I definitely believe that our institutions of higher learning have contributed to this, because you're right. It's the younger generation that seems to put feelings above freedom in a lot of cases, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. They've been led to believe that this is good and noble, and we shouldn't say anything hateful or untoward to other people, and if that happens, then that's a problem. But we pay a terrible price potentially in this country if we allow this, what I would say, very dangerous movement towards authoritarianism, really, to gain traction here, because you look at what's going on right now in the UK, and it's almost beyond belief, quite frankly.
Well, the Biden administration did censor speech by contacting social media companies during COVID, and it wasn't, and the Supreme Court refused to take that up, and it was kind of like gave the Biden administration a pass on him.
Yeah, look, I believe firmly the freer the speech, the freer the people.
Yeah.
And I've believed that for my entire life. 30 years ago, I considered myself a liberal young man who was kind of rebellious to the social norms of Kentucky, where I grew up. But I haven't changed. 30 years later, I believe the same thing,
amen.
and suddenly I'm right of center. But the truth is the truth, whatever label you want to put on it.
So let's talk about your show launched today. What can we expect to see on the Ricky Cobb show? 11 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah, absolutely. 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday on Outkick.com. A lot of laughs, a lot of sports, some pop culture. The teacher in me will definitely be tempted to talk about...
Any sociology come into play?
I think the sociology comes into play with the comedy, Sean. I really do, because I think my favorite comedians are social observers. Whether you're talking about Dave Chappelle or any of the guys that I really look up to.
George Carlin.
George Carlin was a great social observer. Larry David is another. So I think being able to find those little kernels of humor definitely is part and parcel of my background in sociology.
I love Ricky, your name, Ricky Cobb, because again, Super 70s Sports, you know him there, and you'll know him on Outkick. Ricky, thank you so much. Great to see you.
All right. Ricky Cobb, 53% of Americans think that free speech is too free. This is what happens when you don't raise your kids. You let the iPads do it. Send them to these commie schools where they pledge allegiance to rainbow flags and all this other stuff. That's what happens. They think free speech is too free. I'm the other side of that. I'm more like, let's be desensitized by speech. Words are just words. It's just noise moving through the air molecules. That's it. It's vibrations. Why the fuck are we supposed to be afraid of that? I don't know. I don't want to encourage people to say racist things, but just, God, we got to be desensitized to this stupid shit. Restricting words is a dangerous path. Restricting speech is a dangerous path. It leads right to communism. Leads right to it. Being afraid of words just makes you soft. Wait till you get punched in the face. You'll never be able to handle it. You're just going to drop dead from a punch in the face. You're scared of fucking words. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like being around soft people. Soft people don't like being around me, and I don't know what we're going to do about that. Soft people don't really change tough people. Not that I'm tough, but I ain't soft. I know that. So, we'll have to see. I think social media being the buffer in between soft people, soft to stupid people, and then normal ass people. When you go on social media, normal ass people are censored. Soft ass people are catered to. They're catered to. That's why we got political correctness. It's a safety blanket for soft and stupid people. We don't need political correctness. That shit has been hurting us since it came on the scene. Got to get away from it. And what people don't realize is when you start restricting speech, you're opening up the lanes of sign language. You tell me I can't talk, you're telling me I can use these hands. And I think all Americans feel that way. When you start telling us that we're not allowed to open our mouth, we start closing our fists. So they better watch themselves doing that shit. It's natural human instinct. Nobody likes to be oppressed. Nobody likes to be told what to do or anything like that. So they're walking a slippery slope here. And I don't know what they think they're going to gain by doing that. So we'll see. Of course, they're not going to come out in the open and go, yeah, we're restricting speech. What they'll do is they'll come up with a problem, like misinformation and disinformation. Then they'll say, we have to stop this problem. And then they'll come up with these restrictions. And the soft and stupid people will say, oh, this is really great. We're taking care of the problem. And then they will say, everyone must get on board with the solution. And you'll say, well, I don't have a problem with misinformation and disinformation because I'm not so stupid that I believe it. I can tell that it's misinformation and disinformation. Therefore, I don't need to participate in the solution because it's not a problem for me. And they'll say, you're a fucking racist. You're a Nazi. You're a part of the problem. And then they will condemn you for not participating in the solution for a problem you don't see, hear, or feel. And that's where we are. That's where we are. They're not going to make an announcement, oh yeah, we're silencing free speech. It'll come in these goofy little forms of political correctness, which is bullshit. That's bullshit. Take a punch in the face instead. These people can eat a bag of dicks. So next up, we got House Task Force on Trump Assassination Attempt request briefing. Like I said earlier, they created this task force, kind of like the J6 committee of idiots that they had put together. And they're going to investigate the Trump assassination attempt and blah, blah, blah. They haven't arrested anybody. Nobody's been fired or anything like that. Just the kid was shot in the face or whatever. But that's it. That's it. There needs to be more accountability. And I think they're just putting these antics together as a way to keep people calm. To be like, oh, yeah, they're actually doing something about it. But the facts are the facts. No one's been fired. Nobody's gone to jail over this shit. They're just playing games. They're just playing games. So what's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans thought about that last video. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord as well as jeffmaclive.com. Either or, not as well. I misspoke. Not like Walls, you stop that. I'm not the horse drinker over here, he is. So anyways, on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com, just make your way over there into the group chats. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. We're going to read through the chat really quick and we're going to get on to this special task force for the Trump assassination attempt. Guess MJ. Texas DA announces arrest of Houston election worker over alleged corruption in 22. Interesting, Guess MJ. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know, Russell. I hope not. I don't see any bad numbers over here. We lagged a little bit during last night's Trump-Elon interview. I don't see anything going on right now. Alistair, oh, it's skipping for you too. Oh no. Why is it doing that? Maybe it's Rumble. Maybe Rumble's taking a shit. What the fuck is going on? I wonder if it's just Rumble. I don't see anything going on Twitch. Twitch actually shows the bit rate. I think it's just Rumble. I think Rumble's just taking a shit. High Plains Drifter. Rumble keeps buffering. Intermediate. Probably on purpose. Google app. It could be. I don't know why that's happening. It's not happening on my end. It's Rumble doing it. That fucking sucks. I hate tech problems. Okay, well, kinda don't know what to do about that. Fuck. I don't really know what to do about it. Cody, it's getting better now. Fuck. See, this right here is why I don't use Rumble Studio. I want to, but I can't deal with these tech problems. Well, I'm just going to move forward and hopefully it'll fix itself. There's nothing I can do about it. Alistair, seems like it fixed itself. Thank you for letting me know. Snooks, I'm not afraid of words, but I don't have to like them all. Well, that's kind of the point, is that people could hear things they don't like and walk away. But to hear things you don't like and say, we need to shut that person up. We have to stop them from talking. To have that kind of reaction is communism. You have the option to leave. You know, it's like hearing music, right? You're camping. You're at a campground. And people are playing vulgar rap music like a Hyena Harris concert. You don't want to hear it. You have no right to go over there and tell them to turn it off. That ain't your land. That ain't your shit. You have no fucking control over that, right? So then you can just walk away. But the problem is people are in the mindset that they can walk into someone else's campsite and go, play this music instead because I don't like what you're listening to. That's where we are right now. And that's how you get punched in the face. People come into my campsite tell me that shit. I hope you speak sign language. I hope you know how to use these hands right here because that's what's happening. You're getting your teeth clipped right here. So anyways, people need to understand that they have to have grace. Don't go fucking with people. They might punch you in the face or they might say things you don't like and just walk away. Just walk away from them. Don't condemn them and do all that. You're not going to change anybody's mind. And that's all I'm saying, Snooks. There's words I don't like. There's goofy words I don't like. I don't like poop. I hate saying that word. Can't stand it. Don't even like hearing other people say it. That's why I call who through. That's why. He prefers to be called poop. I hate that fucking word more than most words. And so I understand what you're saying, Snooks, but I can't tell who through to change his name because I don't like the word poop. And that's the dangerous slope that we're on right now, is that people think they have the right to tell other people what they can and can't say, and that's wrong. Let me see what's going on. No, Snooks, I don't hit women unless they got guns or knives, and then they're getting their teeth knocked out. But no. Russell, it's straightening out. All right. Zupia seems to be fixed now. Thank you, Hooligans, for letting me know. What's up, Rip Curl? Happy Freedom. Rip Curl, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me pull this up here. Thank you for the suggestion, Rip Curl. That's awesome. That's an awesome idea. Normal time seems good now. I'm glad we got past it. It must have been something going on with the Rumble server that handles the live stream and stuff. Rip Curl, how dare you start without me? Man, I'm lucky we started it all. I'm running so late today, Hey, I appreciate you, Black White Bull. Addie Walker, thank you for letting me know. Backwoodsman, but my memes would get me locked up in the UK. Yeah. Hurley Girl, I cuss like a sailor because I do what I want. And I love that, Hurley Girl. Just keep doing that. I love that. I have people in my life that are like, everything you say is fuck. Fuck this and fuck that. And I'm like, I don't mean to. I just really like the fuck word. And that pisses people off so much. I bet there's people leaving the chat right now. They're like, I can't stand this fucking guy. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. Dog 'em. Commies on the march. They are. They better not bring their goofy ass over here. We don't like that here in America, What's up, Loopy? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us. Salty Ragu dropping the Snooks is hot in the chat. That's right. Happy freedom, livid review, and happy freedom to you, Salty Ragu. So we're going to move forward to this next one. Although I can't talk, I'm going to need some chicken bacon here in a second. Oh, yes, the special task force. Man, this is so stupid. Wasted tax doll hairs is all I hear when they're talking about this. It's titled House Task Force on Trump Assassination Attempt Requests a Briefing. And nobody knows what that is. So they spend the entire video explaining to you what that is. How they put together another J6 committee, basically. But it's to look into the assassination attempt on President Trump. Now, before we get into this, of course, I'm going to tell you guys hit that like button over on Rumble because it helps us get on the front page. It also helps the platform know that we're liked. So I will say that. But first, we need a little chicken bacon in our life. So you got to hit it like chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken. All right. Let's get rolling here. Once again, this is titled House Task Force on Trump Assassination Attempt Request Briefing.
Today marks 1 month since the assassination attempt on former President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Since then, a special task force has launched an investigation into how security was handled in the days and weeks leading up to that campaign rally. And now a House committee is calling on government agencies to provide documents. News Nation's Tom Dempsey joins us live from Capitol Hill with the latest. Tom, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Nick. Yeah, today, like you said, marks 1 month exactly since that scary assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. And now this special task force here on Capitol Hill, created in response to the shooting, has made its first official act, requesting a briefing by the end of this week with some of the top investigators. In letters sent to the Departments of Justice and Homeland Security, as well as to the heads of the FBI and Secret Service, the two leaders of this task force make it clear the group will take charge and lead the Capitol Hill investigation, writing, quote, "The task force's requests for documents and information henceforth supersede all other requests from House committees and members," before calling on the departments to hand over all information and records already given to other committees. 13 lawmakers will make up this task force, 7 of them Republicans, the other 6 Democrats. Both House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries played a role in forming this group back in July, and Representative Mike Kelly, whose district includes Butler, Pennsylvania, where the shooting occurred, will chair this task force. In brief statements to News Nation, both the Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security say they will cooperate with this special task force here on Capitol Hill. We will also note that the task force has special subpoena power, and we may see more hearings over the next few weeks and months before December 13th. That's the day, 4 months exactly from today, when the special task force plans to release a final report with recommendations on how to prevent a similar shooting from possibly happening in the future, Nick.
Tom Dempsey live at the nation's capital. Tom, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.
So like I said, waste of tax dollars. They didn't do anything with the J6 committee. They paid all those people to sit there and pretend to be a courtroom just for nothing. There was nothing in the end. So what are we going to do when that happens again? Not that there's anything we can actually do. They're just lying and wasting our money. That's what's going on. At the end of this, I doubt anybody's going to be fired. I doubt anybody's going to be in trouble for any of this. No one's going to jail. They're just playing these games until people forget what the committee's even for. And then they'll just say, oh, well, we did all we could. Let's wrap it up. And we'll just move forward, and people will forget. They'll forget that it even happened. Stupid. Waste of tax dollars. I wish we could just fire these people. I do. Like, why do we pay them all this tax money and shit? So they could be wealthy and fuck kids? No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Should be able to take their doll hairs away by firing these people. Anyways, next up we got FBI investigating suspected Iran cyber attack attempt on Trump and the Harris campaign. Now again, I don't even think it's Iran. I think it's the blue team leaders. I think it's people on Capitol Hill that are causing these DDoS attacks and hacking and all that kind of stuff. I think it's the government doing this stuff. But they're blaming Iran, and they're saying Trump isn't only being targeted, they're also targeting Harris. Nah, I don't think it's true, but that's what they're saying. And that's what's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about this special task force for President Trump. Klaus Daniels, if you don't like being stepped on, you're going to have to move, buddy. You're doing too much. I can't stand around you. Hair Juicer, Bar Buddy showed me his new carry gun, double-barreled revolver, 4 trigger pulls, 8 shots. Damn, Hair Juicer, what is that called? I don't even know what that is. That sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. Live it review, fuck around and find out. That's what I'm saying. That guy's walking around with all the triggers. He's doing the thing. Doing the thing. Guess he looks like AI. I was thinking so too. I think it's his beard. I think he's very particular about his beard, and it kind of made him look fake. I was wondering if he was using that spray stuff. You know how, like, they need to stop putting makeup on dudes, because that's what this is. Have you seen these barber videos where they, like, shave dudes up, but then they got light spots like me, so they, like, airbrush it? They, like, put powder on it or some shit to, like, conceal it. And as soon as you sweat, everybody knows you're wearing makeup and shit. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I don't know if that guy had it in his beard or if his beard just naturally looks like that, but something about him made him look fake. Live review, layout looks good. Like the update to the site. Awesome, live review. There will be some more changes happening today. I was so dead. It was like 7:30 and I was like seeing more problems I needed to fix and I couldn't do it. I was at the point where I was like, okay, I need to go over here to make these changes, and I'd go through the menu and I'd have to wait for a loading screen, and I'd get to the screen and I'd go, what did I come here for? I can't remember. And I'd go back and I'd wait for the loading screen. I'd get back and I'd go, oh yeah, I forgot I got to change this. And I'd go back. And I was just going back and forth doing that. I was teeter-tottering around a loading screen. And I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. It's time to call it. So there'll be some more changes, but I'm pretty excited about everything that's happening on the website. Hooligan chips will be rolled out soon. We have ranks coming. We have badges that are going to be earnable. Alistair's going to be working on the graphics and stuff for all of that. All kinds of stuff. There's so much stuff coming. It's awesome. It's awesome. I wish we had the soundbite of President Trump saying, I'm going to come. Like, that's what we need right now. It's so good. What's up, WMM? Happy freedom to you. Live review, that would prove flat earth if Putin took the shot. Is that what happened? They're going to find it. They're going to be like, it was Russia. What's up, JT? Happy freedom to you. It's only Tuesday? Holy, I thought it was Thursday today. Well, that must be why I'm hungry for tacos. All the women are like, what's that now? What's that now? Mm-hmm. Pumpkin, they can have Harris, no problem. That's right. That's right. Here you go. Just leave us alone. You just take her off our hands. You do what you want. She'll give consent. Don't you worry. She'll give consent. Warlord, spray your bald spot. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. Comb overs, wearing hats. A lot of people tell me to wear a hat. That's kind of their way of DEI hiring me. That's how they do it. You know how people are like, oh, that must be a DEI hire, and it's like a passive aggressive kind of thing, like a backhanded compliment kind of thing. That's what people do. They're like, you ever thought about wearing a hat? Why would I wear a hat? And they're like, no reason. Just no reason at all. Just wonder if you like hats. No, I'm too hot. I'm hot and bald at the same damn time. Can't wear a hat. Wear hats every now and then, but can't do it. Just is. I just is the way God made me. Hell yeah, Rip Curl. I will see what we can do. We have a few new shirts already planned out. Alistair's been kicking ass helping with all the graphic stuff. So we got new shirts on the way, but I will let you know as soon as we get something with that phrase put together. I have it pulled aside. I'll get it over to Alistair, and we'll work some stuff out. And I'll let you know, Rip Curl. Alistair, yeah. Rudy Giuliani during the steal, sweating that black shit. I totally forgot about that. Yes. That right there is why I believe that men should just accept getting old. You start coloring your hair, you're going to look like Rudy Giuliani. Everybody thinks you're an asshole, and you're just sweating black streaks all down your face. It's not a good look. Just do the thing. And I mean, I want everyone to be happy. You wear a hat or comb over and you look like shit or whatever. As long as you're happy, that's fine. But not me. I'm walking around just the way God made me. What's up, Trump girl? We were all late today, and I was severely late. So bad. Murdercom, I don't know. Iran has a lot to be worried about with 2 carrier strike groups chilling off the coast of Israel. It's crazy how many Muslims want to... No, I'm not going to read all that out loud. Let me see. Good thing Americans protecting God's chosen people. Murdercom, see, and I don't even know anything about the shit going on over there. We got our own problems. I know but they're always fighting. That's the thing. I don't have anything to say that's going to make people like what I have to say. Start talking about the Middle East. You mean the people who kill each other every day? How could I worry about that? It's like worrying about cats not liking water. They're not going to like water. No amount of effort or me speaking is going to make the cats start liking water. They're also not going to make the people in the Middle East stop killing each other. So I got other shit to do than worry about those people. So that's the way it is. And I understand like what's happening there is bad. And I wish it wasn't happening. But it's been that way for thousands of years. So I don't worry about that stuff. It's just interesting that they keep every bad thing that happens to President Trump. They're just like, oh, it was Iran. That was Iran that did that. Like, okay, well, what makes you think that? They're like, because I said so. Because I said so. That's why. Oh, okay. Iran did it. Iran sent the shooter. Iran sent the trans kid to go and shoot at President Trump. It's like, whatever. I don't know. I don't believe it. I mean, that information's coming from the same people who were like, Afghanistan hit the towers. We're going to spend 20 years in Afghanistan. We pulled out the troops, which was a whole shit show on Old Man Walter. And now they're like, no, it wasn't even Afghanistan. It was Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia hit the towers. We should go do something to them. Oh, yeah. Following these people doesn't make any sense. And now these same people are like, oh, Iran's after President Trump. If you say so. If you say so. You know. Gotta just take it as a grain of salt. Let's read through and we're going to get on this next video here. Garlic Press, the problem is the Middle East is spilling over into the rest of the world. Yeah, and that's absolutely a problem. Garlic Press, I remember Giuliani's black hair dye running down the side of his head. I felt bad for him because he was under a lot of scrutiny at the time. And there's people that don't like him, and I don't know what their reasons are for not liking him. He's been a pretty likable person the whole time I was covering him during the stolen election. But he gets up there, and Americans are calling him a liar and saying the shit wasn't stolen and all this stuff. And he's trying to provide evidence. He's trying to do press briefings. He's trying to tell us about the stuff Mike Lindell was doing. Mike Lindell was gathering documents and information and showing up at the White House like once a day. He was showing up at the White House to talk with President Trump about things they found, legal strategies and stuff like that. And Giuliani would come out and speak to the press about what their expectations were and how they plan to move forward with the irregularities and stuff like that. And the whole time he's doing his sweat, you know, he's sweating this goofy vanity crap down his face, and that's all people are talking about. And I'm like, damn, people won't even listen to the stolen election facts because they're too busy worrying about his fucking hair dye. Like, so stupid, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And now you don't hear about Giuliani very much. He goes live all the time. I think he goes live on X. I don't know if he's got a Rumble. He used to go live on YouTube every once in a while. Jamie, Trump's in Pennsylvania Saturday and I'll be there. Awesome. I didn't realize. Let's see, what is today? So tomorrow is Wednesday. He's going to be in North Carolina around 4 p.m. Eastern time. I didn't realize there was a rally on Saturday. We'll definitely be covering that. Mel, they all wear makeup now. Yeah, I know. I like just being all spotty and ugly and stuff. I don't like makeup. I don't care that much. I don't know. I should probably get more people to watch my live if I was all fake and covered in makeup and all extra pretty and stuff. I'm just here about the information. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Snooks, God made you dang fine, Jeff. Well, thank you, Snooks. Appreciate the compliment. Breeze by you. Buy me tacos and touch my butt. I've always thought that was a weird phrase because tacos associate with Taco Bell. Taco Bell associates with explosive diarrhea. Feed me Taco Bell and touch my butt sounds like a challenge. And I've always thought that was really weird. And I've seen it on t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I like tacos and I like squeezing booties, but I don't want to provide the booty with tacos and then start squeezing it because it'll start making noise. And then you got to run for your life because girl farts stink. Anyways, Snooks. Trump speaking at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. I'm wondering why he's doing these early rallies. Because normally it's like 7 o'clock. Anyways. We'll be covering it, and it will be a great time, because it always is a great time for a MAGA rally. We're going to get into this next video here. FBI investigating suspected Iran cyber attack attempts on President Trump as well as Harris. Now, it's probably more their campaigns than the individuals themselves, but you never really know because they don't tell you. So let's get into this, and of course, hit that like button over on Rumble.
The FBI investigating an earlier hack of the Trump campaign and an attempted hack of the Biden-Harris campaign, as intel experts are warning to brace for more disruptions this election season. So here with more on what this all means for our election and your vote is cyber guy Kurt Knudsen. Good morning, Kurt.
Hey, Ainsley, good morning to you. The Trump campaign alleging this is the Iranian actors that are going after his campaign at this point. And guess what? He might be right. And no matter what, if you're on the left, if you're on the right, you can bet that these kinds of attacks are going to be coming at American politics from now until the November election.
What are they doing? Are they hacking into emails? Are they trying to interfere with the election results?
I think any way they can get in, and in this particular case, they apparently got a hold of an email list and including documents, one that included the vetting of Vice President candidate Vance, and at that point it was marked personal and confidential, clearly should not have been in the hands of anybody else. It was then shopped around. Some websites, including Politico, got a hold of it. This is the kind of information no campaign wants out there. It makes it unfair out in the political landscape. And at the bottom line here is, just like you and I at home, just like corporate America, just like government agencies, when you're a campaign, you got to lock your tech down. You got to use really strong passwords. You got to really train people. Don't share stuff. Don't click links, because that's how they're getting in. And obviously use some really good antivirus protection to just lock them out.
Okay, now what'd you make of this Elon Musk and Donald Trump interview last night that was interrupted by this DDoS attack?
You know, what this is so Twitter, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter, better known as Twitter, has an area called Spaces, and that allows connections to having these kind of live events. And it was delayed 40 minutes. And what Elon Musk is saying is that it had a DDoS disruption. DDoS stands for, it's geek speak, for distributed denial of service. It simply means that a lot of people or somebody is flooding the same location online with an overwhelming number of requests or connections, and that causes it, like the plumbing, to back up, so people cannot get in, and that's what they experience.
Who's responsible for it?
Tampering with digital media is one more period. Who's behind it? I don't know.
Will
but
they figure that out?
What we do know is that they should. They really should. There should be an investigation into that. We're talking about our free speech being interrupted, and that is not what is good for this country at this point. Everyone should have the right to speak without interruption, and there should not be cyber actors that are going online that are interrupting that speech, period.
Well, I'm glad they figured it out. Figured it out pretty quickly. If that happened to me, probably to you, you'd figure it out quickly, but I would just give up. But thankfully, that interview went on about 30, 45 minutes later. Thank you so much, Kurt, for coming on.
It did. And good to see you, Ainsley. Cyberguy.com for the newsletter that's coming out in minutes with a warning about major browsers you should look at.
Thank you so much, Kurt. I will.
So what I don't understand is how come these individuals don't have CDNs? You would think a CDN would protect them. I mean, if you know what a CDN is. Generally, a CDN, I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but it can kind of replace your IP address, almost like a VPN, right? Like a VPN is a virtual private network. So you can fake your IP address to look like you're from another country. And sometimes this will give you access to that country's websites and stuff like that. So if you pay for a VPN, or if you can find a free one, you can say you're from Europe, and then you can go to Google, but you'll see Google the way Europeans do. And you will also get the search results that they get and stuff like that. A CDN kind of works like that. It masks what you're doing online, but it's usually for websites and stuff like that because of DDoS attacks. People they'll use bots and stuff. They'll use software to overwhelm your system, like they were saying, by making calls and stuff like that. Not phone calls. It's like a call and response system between your website and the server hosting the website. CDN will create like a dome over it, and as bad guys are trying to hit it, they're unable to access it. Like on my website, all countries are banned except for the US and Canada, and that's for a lot of reasons, but it also protects me from this DDoS crap, because if it's coming from a foreign area, it's blocked automatically. They can't even see the website, let alone slam the login page over and over again. They'll be redirected. It'll say that they can't access the site because they are restricted. I have restricted them. And so I don't know why presidential campaigns and stuff like that, why wouldn't they have CDNs? Like, why wouldn't they be protected from that stuff? Now, I'm not big enough to receive DDoS attacks, so maybe I don't realize what it's like to be hit that damn hard. I've never been on the receiving end of that, but it seems like they would have ways to protect themselves from these DDoS attacks, and I'm not sure why they're not doing that. And I mean, a part of me feels like it must not be that simple, because even Rumble gets hit, and Rumble mans their own servers. They're not using Amazon and stuff like Twitch does, Kick does. Those brands are using Amazon servers where they're paying to play and things like that. They got to follow community guidelines or whatever. But Rumble, they have their own servers, and they're so upon it that they encourage other people to come over to Rumble and use what they call the Rumble Cloud, which is their server system. They get hit with DDoS attacks all the damn time. So I feel like that's bad advertisement a little bit, because I would like to use the Rumble Cloud. I've thought about hosting the website on it and stuff. I don't want to go down every time Rumble goes down, and they go down like once a week. So like, I don't know. But there has to be a way to stop this. There has to be a way to stop this. Otherwise, every time President Trump goes live on Spaces or decides to do a rally or whatever, a debate happens, all of a sudden these DDoS attacks happen, and it's happening on purpose. They're doing it on purpose to silence President Trump. But damn, like we can't avoid that. We can just expect disruptions every time President Trump has something important to say. It's messed up. We got all these damn resources. We're America. Why can't we stop this? It's a dumb thing. So hopefully they find a way to get around this, and we don't have to hear about these goofy ass cyber attacks and stuff. It's no good. It's no good. Next up, we got Lara Trump. It's titled Something Out of North Korea. Schmidt and Lara Trump rip Camilla for the Time cover that she just did, saying it's disgusting politics. They're talking about how the old man Walter was saying, it would take an act of God to get me to stop running. And then 48 hours later, Harris is now the chosen one. She had been selected. And it's just going on and on. I mean, they stole the primaries. They stole the primaries from the Democrats. Nobody cares. I think it's so crazy that Republicans are such compassionate people that they care that the primary was stolen from the Democrats. Like, we care so much about our problems, we're worrying about their problems over there too, and we don't even like those people. It's fucking crazy. So crazy. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick and see what you hooligans think about all that cyber crap we were just talking about. And we'll get on to Lara Trump explaining that the blue team is a bunch of thieves and criminals. Guess some sour cream. Yuck. I don't like sour cream either. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I won't ask for that to be put on my food, but if it's on the food, I'll just eat it. It's just the way I am. Here, Juicer, did you find the thing? Oh, that thing is so sick. Y'all got one of these? I want one of these. That's the S333 Thunderstruck. Holy. Hell yeah, that's awesome. 22 Magnum. Yeah, I was thinking I need something that shoots 22 mags. I was thinking. 8-shot revolver. How do they fit 8 rounds in there? I love that little thing. That's what she said. Yeah. Yes. Fuck. It's only Tuesday. It feels like Saturday. Thank you for posting that, Hair Juicer. I'm actually going to look into what it takes to get one of those. That's a neat little thing. Mandela, did they know who did it? Well, in this instance, they're saying that they think it was Iran for whoever was interfering with President Trump and Harris's campaign that were hacking or whatever they were doing. They think that was Iran. As far as the DDoS attack that was happening on X last night that Elon and his team was fighting against, they haven't made an announcement of who they think it is. And so when they say something, and maybe they have since I've been live, but they said they were going to try and figure it out, and they just didn't have that information at the time. So hopefully they will figure it out, but it's a dumb problem that we're having. Russell, I just had training on handling PII, personal identification information. Yeah, Russell. And I think it's going to become more general knowledge. That's how they got me, was links. That's like, this is how shitty that YouTube is. I got an email from what I thought was YouTube. And it was expressing how I had to fill out this information or else I was going to lose something. I think it was monetization because I was still monetized at the time. And they were like, you have to fill this, update your documents or else you're going to lose your monetization. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Whatever. And YouTube makes you do shit like this all the time. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I was a little suspicious of it because I was trying to click the link and it wouldn't do anything. And so I don't know how it is now, but when you're monetized, you have access to customer service on YouTube in your YouTube studio. So I write customer service. I'm like, hey, did you guys send me an email? And they're like, well, what does it say? And I told them what the subject line was, and I told them what the email was that sent it to me. And they said, yeah, that's us. And I said, okay, well, this is what I'm looking at. And I sent them a screenshot of the entire email. And I'm talking to a person, or at least I believed it was a person at the time. Now we got AI, who knows? But I was like, this is what I'm looking at. They're like, yeah, that's an email from us. And I was like, okay, what do you want me to do? Because I'm clicking the button and it ain't doing anything. And they're like, well, type it into your URL. Maybe it's, being messed up or whatever. So I did. And it took me to like a Google Drive page or something like that. It took me to a downloadable link. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? They're like, you're supposed to download the documents, complete them, and return them. And I was like, well, how do I return them? They're like, just respond to the email. And I was like, okay, so what do you want me to fill out? And they were like, well, it depends what the documents are. Download the documents and I'll walk you through it. And I said, okay. So I downloaded the documents and this like flickering happened on the screen, but nothing popped up. And I explained that to this person and they said, oh, well, that's really weird. We'll look into it. We'll open a ticket. Maybe there's some tech issues. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to you. I said, okay. 12 hours later, I was locked out of everything. All my information was changed. My passwords, my emails, my everything was changed. They obtained all of my personal information and they put it on the dark web. And I've been attacked by cyber criminals every single day for over a year now. April 1st was 1 year of being attacked by cyber criminals every single fucking day. And I hate it. Because not only did they get my personal information, but they got 17 years worth of data. My search results, my passwords, my usernames, every website I've ever been to, everything. And they stole it all from me. And I was able to get it back because I know my IP address and a bunch of other information. And that's why you can't lie on your account information, because if this happens to you, you will just be fucked. And so all my information was accurate. I sent them a picture of my ID, the Google team, and they helped me get back into my account, and I was able to retrieve everything. But all it took was clicking the wrong link, and it cost me everything. And I was very fortunate to get stuff back. They didn't have access to my bank account or anything like that. They did take over my Facebook. They did take over my Facebook advertisement page, which was linked to my PayPal account, so therefore they had access to run ads and spend my money from my PayPal, which they did try to do. They did put out Facebook ads in French and was trying to get people to click these links for free Bitcoin, causing more scams and more loss of personal data. So if you don't trust a link or you don't know where it goes to, do not fucking click that shit. It may look like a YouTube link. It may even say YouTube in the link. It could look like a Facebook link, but you'll click it and you don't know what the fuck happened, but you just gave someone access and they're gonna steal from you now. So be very careful about clicking things that you don't trust. Live reviews the U.S. government. Let's go. Yeah, that's who's hitting those guys. I don't know who hit me. Whoever hit me was in France. But yeah, that's the thing. Guess according to AMA, sour cream and cottage cheese cause hair to grow in your back door. Inside? There's hair on the inside of the hole? I've never been inside the hole. I just wipe the outside every now and then. You never know. Anyways. Mandela 22 is cheap ammo. That's a plus. 22 is, I don't know about 22 mag. I've never bought 22 mag. I would hope that it would, it'd be affordable, but there is a difference between 22 and 22 mag. Mandela, maybe that's why I have a $40,000 charge on my credit report that was not me. If you got Credit Karma and that's how you're checking your credit report, there should be a details page where you can dispute that credit history, and they will investigate it and try and get it cleared up. There's somebody I know that went through that, and I've thought about going through it. It may help in that situation. Got some big time USPS fake hack going out now saying your package can't be delivered. Yeah, I get some. I get 6 of those text messages a day saying the USPS is trying to deliver shit. And in my line of work, it could be true. But I deal with those assholes at the post office all the time. I know they ain't texting me. I know they're not texting me. They would rather kick my packages around for 3 weeks. So yeah, don't fall for that stuff. You get text messages from strangers, emails from strangers. They're trying to get you to click links. Don't do that stuff. Even when I get for real emails, right? I'll get an email about my bank account or something like that, and it looks legit. Probably is legit. My bank isn't a big ass bank. You guys don't have a bank account where I have a bank account. It's that small. And when I get emails and they're like, hey, we sent you documents to fill out or to look at, or we need you to update something around, I do not click the links in the email. I will open a new tab and go to the website myself and see if that stuff is there. If you have PayPal or anything like that, I encourage you to do the same. If you get an email and they're like, hey, click this link and go do this, take the information, understand what it's saying, but open a second tab and go to the website yourself. Don't use their goofy ass links and shit. Go there yourself and you will protect yourself from potential threats right there. So anyways, it's my little advice. It's my fatherly advice to you hooligans. Rip Curl, bet you're wishing you would have never watched that midget porn. It's more the tutorials that I'm worried about. It's the tutorials on the hub that I was looking up that I'm worried about. No, it's all good. It's all good. I hope they're proud of themselves. You know what's really bad is not only did they do that to me, but after I regained my accounts, they sent me an email on all 9 of my emails, the same giant page addressing me by my full name and listing all the information they had on me and talking about how they're going to come get me. They're going to come get me in person. It's like a huge threat out there that is preying upon me. But I got guns where I live, so they're welcome to it. Fuck them. Right in their face until they're no longer breathing. Pumpkin, if it's something I didn't ask for, wait a minute. If it's not something I asked for, I delete it. Yeah, Pumpkin. It's the way to go. It's the way to go. What gets people is that FOMO, the fear of missing out. They get an email, sounds really great. Let me click this link, boom, whole identity stolen. It sucks. Sucks. Rip Curl, I'm pretty sure a lady never actually said that before, but wouldn't know because I hear the opposite. Yeah, Rip Curl. I mean, you know, I like to humor them every now and then. They're like, I love that little thing. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. What's your name? We'll go with 401. 401, 22 mag is badass. See, I don't think I've ever shot 22 mag. I've shot lots of 22. See, now Hair Juicer's got us all debating the 22 mag. I have to go get that little pea shooter there. It's neat. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom. Can I call you daddy? That's... I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. Flattered. Very flattered. Lisa, 22 mag kicks and is loud as fuck. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're talking me into it. Gotta move forward. Can I call you daddy? Well, there's an application you gotta fill out. Mr. Coffee, 22 Win Mag costs as much as 9mm. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks that it costs as much as 9mm, but I bet that gun's a lot of fun to shoot. Bloopy, I was listening on a bicycle speaker when this all happened. Crazy. Yeah, Bloopy. Andy, the only free speech is when the media tells you so. Yeah, you're right. Happy freedom, Mr. Coffee. Thank you for being here. Get this fag out of here. Anyways, let's see. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom. What do you guys? What is this? Mandela posting Catwoman? Yeah, some 22 mag is basically a pellet gun with an ego. I like that. I like that. Hair Juicer got a Celtic Okay. I have to read through the whole comment because sometimes at the bottom it'll say, Jeff, don't read this out loud. So I got to read through the whole thing first. I have a Celtic CMR 30 round rifle in 22 mag. It's super accurate, no kick, and they make it in a pistol too. That's awesome, Hair Juicer. See, I'm going to have to get on this 22 mag trend that's going on right now. I got 3 different guns that shoot 22 right now, I think. Yeah, I got 3 of them that shoot 22, but I don't have any that shoots 22 mag. I'm going to have to fix that. So we're going to get on to this next one. This is something out of North Korea. Schmidt and Lara Trump rip Hyena Harris's Time cover. I don't know why I can't talk. Over disgusting politics. Now, that's a messy ass title. What they're actually going to be doing is talking about how blue leaders stole the primary and how they selected Hyena Harris and how the media is lying for them. So let's get this rolling. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
I want to start with the Trump campaign, which it seems has had a rough couple of weeks trying to redirect to a whole new opponent in Kamala Harris. I'm wondering if have there been changes made? Is there any that you've heard of that are they focusing in a different way? Because I feel like now they actually have some pretty good ammunition coming out. Kamala's starting to make some mistakes. They can't conceal her forever. What are you hearing?
Yeah, Rob, do you mean it's not usual for here in August us to have just gotten the candidate that we're actually going to have to run against? Do you mean that? Do you mean Joe Biden saying on a Friday it would take an act of God to get him out of the election, and then he drops out 48 hours later? All of that. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. So, yes, we've had to adapt and change course to an extent. But look, Kamala Harris has been remarkably unremarkable, right? This is a woman who's done literally nothing. A lot of people looked around about 3 months ago in the mainstream media and said, should we actually replace Kamala for Joe Biden's running mate? Like, should she actually be that person? That's how poorly she performed as a vice president. So she's remained out of the scene. No one has really heard from her. She was John Carl, the border czar. I hate to break it to everybody over there. She was the border czar, and she did nothing there. And so, yeah, you're trying to figure out, who is this person? What has she done? We know she's a flip-flopper. We know she's very inauthentic. I mean, they don't get more inauthentic than Kamala Harris, a person who was a tough-on-crime prosecutor, put a lot of people away for crimes like marijuana crimes. Then you fast forward to when it's politically convenient for her to go the opposite way and bail rioters who burned down the city of Minneapolis out of jail. She's right there in line with them. And now apparently she's back to being tough on crime. These are the things that the American people don't like. And that is what we have to target as the campaign and as the RNC. We have to focus in on that. This is the very definition of disgusting politics. Politicians never want to actually fix a problem because that's what they're going to run on time and time again. And here we are with Kamala Harris. That ad you played earlier on the border, I hope it did make people sick. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. It is completely false. And then you contrast that, Rob, on the other side with arguably the most transparent and authentic president and candidate we've ever had.
And that's his best weapon too, is that, I mean, people have watched how Washington works for such a long time. That's why he was such a star when he came out in 2016, because nobody had ever seen anybody like that. And just to know that he gets in and he does what he said. I mean, we're on the cusp. I mean, if Kamala wins, we're going to have the flakiest president in American history. I mean, she is an incredible flake.
Yeah, she'll change. I mean, she'll change her mind with as the wind blows.
As the wind, anything. Matter. I mean, she could flip parties tomorrow if it means she'd get into the White House. She'd be a Republican in 10 minutes if it meant something better for her future. I mean, she believes in nothing, which is so dangerous because we know that the people that are really controlling her party are really dangerously left. So this person has no spine. I want to show you the cover of Time magazine. This is for a woman that hasn't done one interview yet. I mean, this is like something you see out of North Korea. I mean, look at this drawing here. I mean, this is so pitiful. The media is, I mean, the biggest surrogate they have, and why this has been so easy. Why this has been so easy for her is because the establishment media in this country has just propped her up. They're acting like it's her. I'm hearing it on MSNBC. They're talking about how amazing she is. She's such a political dynamo. She's nothing. She's just anybody. You could have a houseplant could get this far if you pushed it through all the avenues in the media.
some people, Rob, might say that it feels like there was an orchestrated plan behind the scenes, that the media went very heavily against Joe Biden to the point that you couldn't turn away and look the other way and say, oh, well, this guy's doing great. They should keep him in this race. Some would say that it feels like it's now gone the opposite direction, and they are all galvanizing their support behind this person. Not only has Kamala Harris not done a single interview or a press conference like Donald Trump did last week, we also don't know her policies. We don't know anything that this person is running on to become the next president of the United States. I'm sure she'll be happy to tell us what her policies are as soon as the machine behind her, the same machine that's been behind Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in that White House for 3.5 years, as soon as they tell her what her policies are, then she'll give them to us. She has no idea. She's a shell, like Joe Biden. And that is the scary thing for the American future if she's ever elected.
And that machine is an Obama machine. So if you want to know where that's going to take her, look out. And her vice president is, as we've said, a devout Marxist.
Well, like I was saying, we care more about the blue primary being stolen than the blue voters. Democratic voters are like totally fine backing Harris, even though they didn't vote for her. They're just like, oh, this is who you want us to back? Okay, we'll back them. Like, they have no understanding of how an election works. They're so used to complying with the government that they just do it without even asking. Government's like, wear 3 masks. They were like, you want me to do it while I vote? Or they're like, do it while you're outside walking your dog by yourself. And they're like, oh, okay. And so they do it because they're stupid and they're compliant. They should just go move to a communist country so they can be told what to do because they're too stupid to think for themselves. Like, that's why most of these people are ripping off the welfare system, is because they would rather get their money from the government. They would rather get their orders from the government. They would rather be told what's good and bad by the government, what they can and can't say by the government. These people are complying with communism. And then they want to yell at us for not doing it. They're like, well, you need to do what you're told. No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. Like, I'm sorry you hate being free so much. I'm sorry that being free is so difficult to make your own damn choices. But to go and try and take other people's freedoms away because you're fucking soft and stupid doesn't make any sense to me. That's why you gotta make those punches in the face great again, because it wakes you up. It wakes you up from the bullshit. This war of words is so stupid. I've thought that my entire life. I have thought the war on words is stupid. Now, I'm not talking about an attack on free speech. I'm saying I'm supposed to sit here and debate with you when I could just punch you in the face and you just take that punch in the face. You ain't gonna hit me back. And if you do, you're catching a second round, and that's it. Like an eye for an eye. If you're not big enough to whoop my ass, don't come over here and tell me what the fuck I can and can't do. I'll put these hands on you, and then you can go tell whoever you want to tell. And I've been that way my whole life, and it wasn't until I was an adult that I was like, okay, it's not okay to be hitting people. I can't just knock their teeth out in front of their children, even though they fucking deserve it. I'm just going to sit here and play these word games. Hate that shit. And now we got political correctness making everything worse, and the word games have gotten dumber, and I can't stand it. I don't want bad things to happen to people, but I'm so tired of people sticking their 2 cents in everybody else's business. Let people be happy. Let them be whole and happy. If they're not hurting anybody else and they're not hurting kids, leave people alone. Leave them alone, But then I see these blue team voters. They're the ones that are unhinged. They're the ones going out there and sticking their fingers in people's faces and telling everybody what they can and can't say, what they can and can't do. Oh, you're killing grandma because you don't wear a mask and all this other stupid shit. It's because they're controlled like that. And like I say, like the hierarchy of being in a family, you'll see the parents scold the oldest. The oldest will use the same mannerisms while scolding the second oldest, and so on and so forth until you get to the toddler that don't even speak English yet, drinking a bar with a blanket hung over the shoulder, scolding the damn cat, reenacting the same mannerisms. That's what's going on. These blue voters are lied to by blue leaders, and they're controlled by those people, and then those stupid fucking blue voters will come and try and do that to us. They're just like, hey, but you gotta. No, I ain't gotta do anything. Just because you comply with the bullshit and the communism, you want to be comrades with the government, doesn't mean that we gotta do that. We're free. We do whatever we want over here. And if they don't like it, they can eat shit. And that's it. That's the whole song and dance. That's the whole sandwich right there. Anyways, Sam, yes, we did an update on the website. Everybody's having issues with logging in. I need to make changes. I couldn't stay awake any longer. And so what I've been hearing is that hooligans are typing in their email and hitting the login button. Of course, it'll ring up an error because you didn't type in the email or the password, I mean. And then when you type it into the error section or whatever, after going through the error page, it'll let you in. There's a couple hooligans that have been saying that. Type in the email, hit enter, and then go about logging in as normal, and hopefully you'll get in. I will be working on that right after the live because I didn't even know that was a thing. Status quo, if one punch is worth 1,000 words, why waste words when one punch will do? That's right, status quo. I mean, I don't want people hitting each other, but I also don't want communism to rule. Imagine in a world where they just talk you into going into jail and talk you into putting the chains on yourself, and you're so busy worrying about being politically correct that you just comply. Because if you don't, there may be violence. There may be physical, kinetic energy happening. So if we just acknowledge that up front and go, look, you're not going to tell us what to do or you're going to meet kinetic energy, we don't have to put the chains on. We never have to get on the train. So like I'm saying, people just need to be whole and happy and stop worrying about telling other people what to be doing, you know? I guess I had no issues logging in, actually logged in earlier and may have been a record. That gives me an idea, I guess. And Sam, if you can hear me, like I'm speaking to you in your dreams, if you can hear me, try clearing your cache and the cookies for the website, because maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the cache is holding on to the old version of the site. The site's been updated, code's been changed, tags have been changed, and so now you're running into issues. If you clear your cache, it should pull the data fresh from the site, and maybe it'll help with the login process. But either way, I'm going to be working on it after the live today, and we shouldn't have these problems tomorrow. Mr. Beans of Beans, it makes me laugh at the UAW union auto workers say that Trump is a scab. Well, let me see. Well, what the fuck? You think Hyena Harris is going to be, when you vote for her, you think she's going to be giving you the promises and then, or give you the promises, she keeps them? Yeah. Mr. Beans of Beans, no. And I didn't realize they were saying that President Trump was a scab. But Hyena Harris, she isn't worth anything. She could blow everybody on strike in the parking lot, and she's still not going to help those people. So, yeah, Harris she's not the person to vote for. And hopefully normies aren't that damn stupid. You know? Breezeway, I will not get on the train. Yeah, I will not be on the train. I got shirt ideas sitting here, and one of them says, "Don't expect me to get on the train." Most people won't know what that means when you're walking around Walmart and shit, but people who know shit will know what that means. They'll know. What are you saying, Snooks? He was dirty talking the login. Whatever works. So I can't get in. He's like, well, did you try spitting on it? Stupid. Stupid. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's move on to other things here. Let me see. We got Governor Gavin Newsom calls for smartphone restrictions in California schools. Like I said earlier, I think it's really weird because we couldn't bring our phones into school. I mean, we could have them, but they couldn't be heard or saw or seen. They could not see your phone and they could not hear your phone. And if you fucked that up, you lost your phone. That's how it was when I was in school 20 years ago or however long it was. Rip Krill, well, at least he doesn't have scabs like Harris. Yep. I know, Harris is terrible. She's like, man, I'm so tight. You're like, for real? She's like, yeah. You can get a couple fingers in there. You're like, I don't know. She's like, more. You can get your whole hand in there. She's like, more. You get both hands in there. And she's like, clap. And you're like, she goes, tight, right? That's Harris. All day. All day. Do a helix. We need aggressive voter oversight. More aggressive than the individual stealing it. Yeah, do a helix. We need transparency. We need voter ID, but we need transparency too. And I wish more people, well, I wish President Trump would talk about that. We do need voter ID, but when you got places like we have here in the U.S. that are encouraging illegals to take their little documentation that they do have and use that to get a voter ID, we're now undermining voter ID. And what would fix that is transparency. You could count the votes. You could see who voted for what. You could tell how many dead people or illegals voted. Their name would be on the screen. And so we need transparency just as much as we need voter ID. Oh, JT Wright, free speech has been under attack since 2018 thanks to Comrade Trump. No context at all, just false statements. Just, okay. Donald Trump wears size 9.5 shoes. So what? So what? Doesn't. Thanks. Thanks for contributing to the live. Don't waste all your value in one place. Like shit. Stupid. Jump off and make President Trump president again. Absolutely jump off of. .401, they'll ring your ears, the 22 mags. I can't even do regular 22s. My ears are sensitive to storms and stuff from ear training and things like that. We do critical listening, kind of like critical thinking. We would do critical listening for years. Years for ear training to be able to engineer audio and stuff like that. I got to wear double ear protection. When I go shoot guns, I'll put earplugs in and then wear cans on top of it to protect my ears. Ask WMM. He's been with me almost 20 years. Almost 20 years. He knows. I'm very weird about my ears and stuff like that. I got very sensitive hearing. I got selective hearing too, so that fucks all kinds of stuff up. But anyways, that's something else. Garlic Press. I used to shoot 44 mags without ear protection. Not good. Yeah, Garlic Press. I've had people, well, when I used to live out in the woods and stuff, I'd have people come out and we'd shoot guns and stuff like that. And I had a lot of buddies that were like, nah, I've been shooting since I was a kid. I don't need ear protection. They're out there like, boom. And they're like, ah, that was a good one. I'm like, I don't know how you can hear anything. How does your ear still work? You know? Hurley Girl, I don't think phones should be allowed at all in class. Phones weren't a thing until after I was out of high school. Yeah, Hurley Girl, I don't think so either. What benefit is there to have phones in school? I mean, yeah, you can Google your answers, but you're not at school to learn how to Google. You're there to learn how to read, write, and do math. Well, that's what we perceive. Once they enter the building, it's all pledging allegiance to the rainbow flag and shit like that. But either way, I don't think phones should be allowed in schools either. It caused a lot of problems when I was younger and in school. Like I said, I was a shithead. I was not a good person when I was young. I had a lot of lessons I had to walk through and learn the hard way. Most lessons I learned the hard way, unfortunately. It's just the way I am. But when I was in school, I remember having a phone, and I remember trying to bend the rules and stuff, like slide it out of your pocket and text a chat, do the text message stuff, put it back in your pocket, act like you weren't doing anything. But then I get busted, and teacher's like, I'm trying to take your phone. Well, okay, well, I'm going to fight you then. I'm like, well, I don't want that. Okay, well, then you ain't taking my phone. Boom, go to the office. That was me all the damn time, walking back and forth from the office, being suspended, doing that stupid shit. And it wouldn't have been that way if I wouldn't have had a phone to begin with. I mean, I was still a shithead, but I wouldn't have had those problems if I didn't have a phone with me to begin with. I was already eager to get, disrupt the class or be distracted from what we were doing. Bringing a phone with me just made things worse. And that's what happened. So I'm really surprised that they allow phones to be in schools at all. When I was in school, there was problems where people were bringing phones into the locker rooms. And phones didn't even hardly have cameras back then. It was like 2 megapixel cameras. And we were having issues where people were bringing those phones into the locker room and recording people and then showing other people. We didn't even have real social media back then. There wasn't no posting naked images or messaging each other. There wasn't none of that. So you had a buddy that was like walking around like, hey, have you seen this? You seen this pic? We got this earlier, blah, blah. Like smuggling inappropriate photos from the locker room and stuff. Now we have all kinds of shit. People could be building Google Drives full of these inappropriate images and stuff, and they probably do. And I don't know. School's not a place for cell phones, in my opinion. Anyways, let's get right into it. And it's weird, it's Gavin Newsom. He's just doing all the right things. He kicked all the homeless tent people out. He's out there picking up trash underneath the overpass. And now he's kicking phones out of school classrooms. What will he do next? Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
At 10, Governor Gavin Newsom has asked school districts across California to restrict cell phone use in the classroom. The governor released an open letter this morning calling on districts across the state to limit students' smartphone use. He spotlighted LAUSD as a district that has already cracked down on smartphones in the classroom and called on other districts to follow its example. Governor Newsom says he's working with lawmakers on new legislation to further restrict smartphone use at schools. It follows a 2019 law that gave districts the authority to regulate phone use during school hours.
Sounds like a plan. I don't even know what to say about it, really. That has been a rule since I was in school, so it's weird that at some point they became more lenient about it. I'm not surprised. Look at how everything else goes, right? But the kids are our future. We have to invest in them. We have to make sure they're okay. We have to make sure they understand what they're walking into. This is a big world out here with a lot of evildoers, and we got to prepare them. The schools aren't even doing their job. They're not even teaching the kids to read, write, and do math, let alone give them some morals, give them some insight, try and get them to understand what's going on here, understand their rights, understand why we have our rights, understand why we need to protect our rights. Kids can understand this stuff at a young age, not to a political degree. Obviously, they don't understand their rights, but they watch TV, they play video games, they understand what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You just have to understand how to reach them using analogies and things like that. You know, be able to speak the language they speak to give them that information. So when they go to school and they got a teacher trying to indoctrinate them to convince them that their free speech is bad, that their right to bear arms is bad, they'll stand against it. They'll say, no, you're wrong. I've been told. I know the truth. And you know what'll happen. We cover these stories all the time. A kid gets suspended or get detention or has to turn their shirt inside out or whatever. But then the parents get involved. And then other parents get involved. And then the community is aware. And next thing you know, people are at the school board meetings going, hey, fuck you commies. We want to wear T-shirts with Trump on it. We want to wear T-shirts with flags on it. We want to be pro-gun and pro-free speech. We're going to be that way. And there's nothing you can do about it. And then they have to tuck their tail and obey. And like I said, if you got a school that is doing bad things where you have to worry about your kids and stuff like that, figure out when count day is. I talk about this all the time because it's really how you can get at these people. Every school has a count day. They know when it is at the very beginning of the year. You figure out when count day is, and then don't take your kid to school that day. And encourage other people to do the same thing, because that's how they base their budgets. The budget is based off count day. If there's no kids in class on count day, their budget goes to shit. And so then they will struggle to employ teachers to take care of the kids throughout the school year, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's the consequence of their action. It's like, teach our kids the way they should be taught, or we will defund the school. And that's how you do it, is by interacting with count day. And you can even tell them, they know how important count day is. And you could tell them when you're inquiring, based on your performance, we'll decide whether or not we will attend on count day. That's really how you get them. And it sounds goofy, but they downplay it because it's so important. It's a vulnerability to those schools as far as how finances go and how they plan all this stuff out. You don't want gay books in your fourth graders class. Figure out when count day is and show up at the board meetings and stuff like that. I know that the Fed boys want to arrest everybody for going to fucking school board meetings and shit, but you can't just let them indoctrinate your kids. And a lot of people also, the second part of that is, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to make a big ruckus about it. I don't want to be that involved. You could be saving other people. It's not even about you. I say this to hooligans all the time who are reporting problems in the communities or on the websites and stuff, and they're like, well, I don't want to be a bother, but this is going on. And I encourage people, like, don't worry about it being a bother, because as much as it might be just a little problem to you, it could be a really big problem to someone else interacting with the same thing. And because you spoke up, we can fix this. And although it's just a little problem for you, we're really improving someone else's day who just decided not to speak up, but they're having a big problem. So if you see something, you say something, and then we do something. We don't just talk about it, we actually do something. Fix the problem. I'm a big believer in that. Fix the problem. It ain't about niceties and flowering shit up. This is what's happening. This is how we fix it. Let's go get it done. Make life a better place. You know, I'm real big about that. Anyways, we'll move forward into our last news video of the day. It's titled, Ted Nugent Explains Why Trump Attracts Hardworking, Pragmatic Americans. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click on the big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat while we are live, and click that big red subscribe button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live like we have tomorrow. So definitely join the membership program over on Rumble. We're going to get into this Ted Nugent video, and then we got lots of laughs coming up after that. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. Anyways, this is Ted Nugent. It's titled, Dear God, help me speak. Ted Nugent explains why Trump attracts hardworking, pragmatic Americans.
Kamala, we're being told, is the greatest thing ever since sliced sausage or something, and she did a great job as vice president. She's brilliant, and she's going to create a bright future for America and for humankind.
Well, Chris, thank you for having me on, and I've been listening to your monologue, and like you, I'm a big fan of bullseyes. Ditto, ditto, ditto from the Nugent family, and everybody I hang out with. It's approaching the greatest hunting season of my life. I'm having the greatest rock and roll experiences of my life because my family, my band, my crew, my management, everybody in the Nugent family circle puts their heart and soul into being the best that they can be. So I see you pop up in the Intergalactic Media Visibility Network on occasion. And Chris Plant, on behalf of the best Americans, we love you because we see you join us genuflecting at the altar of truth, logic, and common sense. So ditto, your monologue was a bullseye. It's what is in the heart and soul and the evidence-supported belief system of the best American families. Be conservative, constitutional, conservationist. So these are the Americans in the world. I hang out with them every weekend at a Sunrise Safaris campfire. They come from all around the world to hunt with Yo Guitar Player because I'm so much damn fun. But ultimately, what you just articulated, it's alive and well. It is truth, it's logical, and it's common sense across the hinterland. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know, common sense is in short supply these days. As we know, common sense is no more common than common courtesy is at this point. But I am a jihadi for the truth. I love the truth more than anything. And truth is under assault in the United States of America, as you well know. And I know that you're a crusader for the truth, too. And you're an absolute riot. Now, you know, Kamala Harris is the Democrat. This is one of our two major political parties in the United States of America. And we saw Joe Biden kicked to the curb so they could go to their relief pitcher here. And it's Kamala Harris, really, who has done what exactly with her time in public life again, Ted?
Well, if Kamala Harris is the choice of the Democrat Party for the President of the United States, then I'm Caitlyn Jenner's boy toy. I mean, talking about getting kicked to the curb. She was kicked to the curb by the entire liberal, communist, Marxist, Democrat left during the debates because she deserved to get kicked to the curb because she's not to be believed. Her entire record, if you want America to be like her San Francisco, you know, the feces and needles capital of planet. If that's your vision for America, then she's your guy. This is really dangerous times, and I know we make light of it, and we have to actually plummet this a little comedy once in a while because it's so painful. So I got to tell you, Chris, the points you brought up, we know these things. They're so obvious. They're glaringly obvious. But the most dangerous indicator today is that swath of humanity that buys into it. Now, I don't believe her crowds are anywhere near the size that they claim they are, but there is a swath of lunatic fringe humanity that watched her self-implode during her last attempt to be president. And now all that condemnation appropriate condemnation and criticism is now somehow doesn't exist any longer. So keep doing what you're doing. There's a lot of really smart people out there. And I hope that all the smart people vote. And here's something that we're doing, Chris. We have a hunternation.org. It's a nonprofit, hunternation.org. We don't endorse anybody, but we find those licensed hunters that have never voted, and there's a bunch of them. We know they believe in God, family, country, law and order, being the best that you can be, that man in the arena, but they don't vote. So hunternation.org is tapping in to those spectators of the American dream, because the self-evident truth that guides the greatest quality of life is not a spectator sport. It's a participatory sport. So we're reaching out with hunternation.org, and we believe we've got the margins if they would just vote their belief system.
And Ted Nugent, why is Donald Trump the right man for our times?
Well, because he's cocky, he's smart. He's a businessman that has a vapor trail of success. Every policy of Donald Trump for those glorious 4 years proved to increase the quality of life for all of us. Even the people who hated him had a better quality of life. Yeah. They could afford groceries, they could afford gas, they could afford a home, they could afford a hunting trip, they could afford a boat and some skis. Donald Trump really is a pragmatist. He's a utilitarian. It's the kind of people that I have campfires with every weekend. Again, I have the sunrise safaris, and people come and they're just hardware store operators. They're farmers, ranchers, cops, sailors, Marines, Army. They're just great, great families. And if you find a hunting family, that defines down to earth. So they've got to be utilitarian. They've got to be pragmatic. And they all love Donald Trump because even though he's this Wall Street guy, he's this New York City guy, he's more down to earth than any of the historical politicians that we've been taken advantage of by. So we know that Donald Trump is the real McCoy. And again, it's his policies. I don't care about his haircut. I don't care about anything except quality of life, constitutionally guided common sense policies that puts America first. Think of the other side, Chris. They don't like people who believe you should put America first. That's all you need to know.
Remember a time when we controlled our border, when Venezuelan gangs didn't run free in the United States, when there was peace and not war in Europe, peace and not war in the Middle East, and there was no talk in the media about global thermonuclear war, which there is today. Ted Nugent, thank you very much for joining us. Great moment in my life. Thanks a lot for being here.
Go back at you. Happy hunting season, everybody out there, Chris. Thank you.
Uncle Ted. Out here making common sense great again. He's a good guy. Every time we get a Ted Nugent video and stuff, I like to make it near the end. He's always got this upbeat, positive vibes and stuff, even if he is condemning the stuff that, you know, Democrat leaders are doing out here, stealing the primary from Democratic voters and stuff like that. He's always got these upbeat, positive vibes, so I like to make his videos the last of the news for the day, and today is no different. So next up we have pretty much two different funny videos of the day. It's so hard to get a feel-good video of the day. I try to get them, but it's so hard to find them. You have to just stumble across them in the wild, and I will continue to look for them. But today we have two funny videos of the day. Now, before we get into these two videos, we will be reading through the chat really quick to see what you guys think about Uncle Ted. And before we do that, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the Linktree link in the description, or maybe Snooks will post it in the chat for you guys. But using the Linktree link, you are welcome to make donations, and you can do that using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. We're going to read through the chats really quick and see what you hooligans think about Uncle Ted. And we got our first funny video of the day coming up. It's titled, Trump Keeps a Closer Eye Than Santa Claus. And it's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat. Breezed by you, Ted spitting facts. Yep, as he does. I think he's a pretty good guy. I haven't seen or heard anyone that dislikes him. I've never heard anything bad about Ted Nugent, ever. Hell yeah, I guess everybody's shielded up over on the site. It's awesome. So awesome. Russell, Trump has 10-pound brass balls. I know, that's why he has to do the motorcade. He's got to have 2 limos carrying the balls, one for each ball, because it's, you know, it's just how it goes. It's how it goes. Yeah, I appreciate you, Sam. No worries. And I'll be smoothing things out today for the most part on the website. It's a big task. The update that I did on the website took 6 hours to get to where we are. And it is, I mean, normally it's a team doing this. It's normally 4 or 5 people rolling out this level of an update. And that's why you don't see this on most websites or social media platforms. You'll just log in and there'll just be an update all of a sudden. Well, I don't have that. So I'm doing it all on my own. So it's like, boom, here's a big chunk. Let me get it configured. Let me deal with compatibility issues, things like that. And next thing you know, it was 7:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh man, I'm not even a third of the way through the update. I was like, well, all right, this is good enough. So I'll get some of those technical issues smoothed out today. I don't know who these people are slamming these doors out here. Everybody wants to act like an asshole until I go out there and start acting like an asshole, and then everybody's a victim. Hate that. Hate it so much. Oh, I appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you for being here. Normal times, Ted Nugent puts the stranglehold on the left. Yes, normal times. Normal times, Michiganders will live free or die. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Alistair, she's your guy. I know. Ted cracks me up with that stuff. He's like, if you like commies, she's your guy. Alistair, Jesus did it best. Parables. Parents teach their kids morals and right from wrong. School teachers, basic learning, homeschool. I got to do it all. Teach them how to learn. Most important. Absolutely, Alistair. Got to make kids resourceful. And a lot of that is them being able to tell right from wrong. You're absolutely right. What's up, 5D? Happy freedom. What's up, Larry? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining us over on Rumble. Yeah. Oh, CommieTube. I meant to cut them off after the first video, and then I forgot. And whatever. Whatever's whatever. We just use the notifications over there. Otherwise, the platform is trash. DCat, we should have Hooligan Fest 1 at Electric Forest. Just a thought, hippie. That'd be so awesome, DCat. It's $700 a person, though. Most people can't afford to go to Electric Forest. I don't know how they get 60,000 people to go. I had some connections to get deals on wristbands, legitimately. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll try and put something together. It won't be 700 a person. It'll be more like 400 a person, but we'll see. I really want to do a hooligan potluck so we can just get together. And I keep waiting to get a house to do this, but somebody had brought up earlier this year, I can't remember who it was. Somebody had brought it up that maybe we should go to a state park or something like that, where it's a big area, nobody owns the property, it belongs to the state. We'll be able to come hang out. We could even camp. We could cook out. We could swim in the lake, stuff like that. That way we can get this hooligan potluck going, because we've been talking about it for years, and I would like to get it done, and especially this time of the year. You know, after summer, when all the festivities of summer have passed, and now we're just kind of waiting for fall to come and stuff like that. Things slow down. Prices of camping and stuff like that becomes a lot more cheap, and people are more available, just kind of waiting for the school year to start and stuff like that. So I'll see about putting some together. It would be really awesome to have all the hooligans at Electric Forest, though. That would be so crazy. Lisa, I'll bring the hot wings. So badass. I love hot wings. You're fantastic. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Guess who? Potluck. You're so Midwest. Do you say pop as well? Yeah, well, what else is there? Yeah, I say pop and we say potluck. So what do people do on the West Coast? They don't have potlucks? Guess who? Jeff's getting North Korean tech issues. He's based from Kim Jong-un. Nah. I can read Kim Jong-un's name in his native language because I can read all of Hangul, and I've been learning Korean for 4 years, so I can actually see the symbols and read them. I can read and write Korean, Hangul. Guess who? I'm from Minnesota. I feel your pop pain. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how it came about being that way, but yep, I say pop. And anytime I've gone to Florida, stopping in Georgia and stuff to get food, they're like, what kind of soda you want? I'm like, you guys call it soda. But around here, only old people call pop soda. Young people call it pop. They're like, what kind of pop y'all got? And people in Georgia are like, the fuck you say? You must be from Michigan. I am from the dirty mitten. That's right. Gladstone soda in New Jersey. See? Lisa, we call them drinks. You know, see up here, if you hear people saying soda, they're either from out of state, like they had migrated here at some point, or they're older. Older people, they'll call it soda pop. They don't just call it pop. But us damn kids, not that I'm a kid at 35, I'm a kid on the outside and an 80-year-old on the inside. Must what it feel. Never mind. I was gonna say it must be what it feels like to be KJP. To have an 80-year-old man on the inside. Oh my God. It's too much. It's too much. It's not Free Speech Saturday. I'm getting ahead of myself here. What's up, Heather? Happy Freedom. What's up, Status Quo? What's up, Extra Bill? Uncle Ted. I know. Mike. Get a 17 HMR Taurus tracker. I've never even seen 17 ammunition. I've never looked for it. Is it affordable? Does anyone else shoot 17s? Hair Juicer Summer Camp is hella affordable. Isn't that what you just went to like a month or two ago? I'm so bad about time. I sit here in front of the computer and work all day. I never know what time it is. Snooks, your outside doesn't look old to me. No, I'm still young on the outside. I've naturally, like, I don't know, good skin. I've always been told that I have really nice skin. It always creeps me out, but women are weird about skin, so I don't know. I think that's what keeps me young. Texas, it's all Coke. Oh, really? So everything, you just like, let me get a Coke. What kind you want? I want a Dr. Pepper. Is that how it goes? Get some? It's so funny because foreigners have no idea what it's like to be in America, you know, because America's so big. And so the way they perceive Americans is like we're just fat, sloppy, ignorant people that they see on movies, on TV shows and stuff like that. But then when you come here, it's like every state is almost like its own little country. It's got its own shit with its own people, its own behaviors and mannerisms and all of that stuff. And I think that's so awesome that you could visit every state and have a different experience for every state you go to. So we live in such a cool place. Such a cool place. Trop saying pop is a Canadian thing. I don't know. I've never heard that. I know they say pop up there, but I've never heard that it is like labeled as a Canadian thing. Just reading through, and we'll get on to our first funny video of the day. Early girl, I think I'll be 6 feet under before I can retire. Bought the husband a nice insurance policy just in case. Well, early girl. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people have their own ways of retiring, but back in the day, you used to get pension. You know, you used to get retirement from your job. You dedicate your life for 35 years to a business, and they'll pay for you to retire. And places don't do that now. I mean, maybe if you got a union job or something, I don't know. But like in my case, I'm not even gonna get Social Security. They've been telling me that since I was in 3rd grade. By the time I'm 62, Social Security will be ran out. There isn't going to be enough. And right now, they got illegals pulling Social Security money. So it ain't even good. By the time I'm 40, Social Security might be done. It might be done. My retirement plan is to become famous enough to make $1 million. And then I'm going to start a kitty grooming business. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got to figure out how to make $1 million. That's all I know. That's my retirement plan. If I get old, I'll just drop dead, I guess. I don't know. Gladstone, now it's the stupid 401k. Yeah, and then that fluctuates because it's connected to the stock market or something, right? Doesn't it have like an up and down? It's not a set number. I've never had a 401k, but I had an opportunity to have one when I was at the last factory that I was working at. But everybody was like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. They'll take so much money from your shit. Don't do it. And I was like, okay. Lisa, I can't even file Social Security until I'm 72. What the fuck? Why? I'm pretty sure it's 60. Well, they just changed it, didn't they? Didn't they just change it? I can't remember. We cover so much news. I thought at 62 you were eligible to pull from Social Security, but you ain't gonna get shit. And the later you wait, the more you'll get when you start getting paid. Gladstone, up to the Dems, Social Security will be gone, and they want the illegals to have it. Yeah, Gladstone, you're right. You're right. They're giving it to the illegals right now. Extra and beef sandwiches. That's right. That's right. I just tell her to pull her pants down. Let me get this beef sandwich real quick. Mr. Coffee. We call it pop in Chicago. Let me see. We also say gangway. What is gangway? I don't know what gangway is. Chicago has a lot of influence in Niles at the state line between Michigan and Indiana. So a lot of people in Niles, they sound like they're from Chicago and stuff. And they get big city updates and whatnot. But where I live in the middle of nowhere, people around here are still using VCRs and shit. So I like it that way, though. I'm the most technologically advanced being on this side of Michigan, and I like it that way. What's up, Lefty Lucy? Happy freedom. You gotta come over to Rumble. You gotta come to Rumble. Lisa, yeah, you'll get like $2. Yeah, supposedly you gotta wait. 67 is full Social Security, Jeff. Thank you, Gladstone. So 67. Interesting. Alistair talked to a buddy in the Ukraine, and he was coming to the U.S. for a week. He was flying into Miami, was going to see the sights. Disney, Grand Canyon, D.C., Rushmore, L.A. That's badass, Alistair. I'd like to go see that stuff. I mean, we already got, half the trip planned. We're already in the country. So just got to go. Just got to go do the thing. Pumpkin, it's all Coke here. Yeah. I didn't realize. Rip Curl, 17 Winchester, Super Magnum, moves a 20 grain bullet at 3,000 feet per second, is basically explodes inside the target. Well, I will have to look into that, Rip Curl. Ghostly, just dropping the feed pics right there in the chat. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know, Tom. Damn, I'm going to have to look into that. I didn't know anything about 17s. Hair Juicer, it's the end of May, Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for letting me know, Hair Juicer. See, that would be a good time to go and get together with the hooligans. That would be awesome. Hell yeah, Sam, that's badass. Alright, hooligans. What do you got there, Tim Man? Oh, what are those called? Those are more than defense rounds. It's not Dragon's Breath, but that's something. That's something. Those look awesome, Tin Man. It's been a while since I pulled the trigger on a 12 gauge. I had to sell mine because I needed bond money. I was in some trouble and stuff. I didn't do anything wrong. I was being accused of doing something wrong and I needed to bond out. I had $500, but my bond was $700. So I had sold my partner pump 12 gauge legally sold it and got my doll hairs to bond out of jail and all of that. Never went back and bought it. I think I still have the opportunity to. I know the guy that's got it. Maybe I'll go back and get it. Anyways, we'll get into this first funny video of the day because we got two of them today. This first one's titled "Trump Keeps a Closer Eye Than Santa Claus," and I love this video. I just love it. All right, hooligans, let's get this rolling.
La France salue avec respect et gravité les morts des autres nations que jadis elle a combattues.
President Trump's face. It's so funny. It's so funny. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You're just falling asleep? What is wrong with this guy?" I love President Trump. He cracks me up. He is so funny. This next one, I couldn't even think of a title. And you guys go ahead and help me out as you're watching this goofy shit. Hold on. Good Lord. Are we good? There we go. I couldn't figure out what to title this, so I just titled it Just Cuz. And it is a minute 47 of just non-stop funny shit. It's so funny. I try not to laugh, and I can't because it's just so funny. It's not necessarily what they're doing is funny. It's how stupid they are that makes it so funny. So as you're watching this, try and think, what should I have titled this as our funny video of the day? So right now it's just labeled Just Cuz.
Oh.
Yes. I don't even know what to call any of that, but that was so funny. If you don't know what the hell's going on there, they had a goofy ass tortilla challenge, stupid online bullshit, where you would fill your mouth full of water, do rock, paper, scissors, and if you lost, the other person got to slap you with the tortilla. And as you can see, well, that didn't last very long. And I think what was so funny about the video is not only would they slap the other person, but then they would spit the water on top of it. And I'm like, damn, double whammy. Cracks me up. And that is our funny video of the day. So with that being said, I'm going to drop this Linktree link to all of you guys where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So like I said, go join Discord. It is free. Then we have our website. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. We also have jeffmaclive.com. It is the place to be. It's the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership to be over on that platform. It is the best way to watch the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and links and custom emojis right there in the chat while you're watching the live. We also have Hooligans Alley, which is kind of like Twitter or Facebook mixed together, but there's no communism, there's no crazy community guidelines or crying liberals or anything like that. It's just the way social media is supposed to be. Then we also have forums, which is very much like Reddit to encourage open discussion. And we have our advanced messaging system that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, and group video calling, and more. Like I said, I did a major update last night, and there will be more updates to come. But definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. We're going to read through really quick and see what you hooligans thought about all the coffee we had today. And then we're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll be wrapping things up. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And then we have President Trump, who's going to be live about 4 p.m. Eastern Time. At least that's what it's scheduled for right now. So definitely look forward to that. Thank you, Breeze by You. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. 10-man looking at buying a 12-gauge bullpup. Oh, that's so awesome. So awesome. Reading through. I guess we know what game we're playing when we all meet up. Oh my god, it would be so funny. The only thing I worry about when I see people doing that is how hard they're swinging at each other. Because if you clip somebody in the nose, it is so easy to break their nose. So easy. And I worry about that stuff, but it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Live review, my tortilla normally tears when folding into burritos. How the hell are they staying intact? I don't think they are, Livid Review. I don't think they are. Russell, I fart in your general direction. It's hard to fight back against that, you know? They look like Antifa with the leaf blowers. You guys remember that? They'd show up in Portland with their leaf blowers and their umbrellas, and they were targeting the Justice Center. And they'd come out with the tear gas and all that, the CS gas, and they'd be deploying and be big yellow clouds and stuff, and Antifa's blowing it back at the fucking marshals. God, that's how you fight back against those fart clouds, I'm saying. Gotta keep a leaf blower on hand. Guess I'm double tapped. With a tortilla shell. Livid Review. I call my carbonated drinks beer. That's very nice, Livid Review. Could use beer. It's already 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Where's the day gone? Snooks, I want to play Spin the Bottle. We're going to have all kinds of festivities. It's going to be a good time. Tom, I like all guns. I'm not a racist. Well, you just speak up, Tom. Let us know how you really feel. Guess I'm not reading that out loud. It depends who you're playing with. I just can't. It's up to you. It's up to you. Welcome home, Robert. Appreciate you being with us, RK. DCat should have titled it Making Smacks in the Face Great Again. What a good title, DCat. Man, I wish I would have thought of that. That's a good one. Cricket Kiss, audio proof of bullets more than one shooter released today. Yeah. It's always something. Bobby, first bologna, then cheese, now tortillas. Yeah. I think if you put bologna... I'm trying to remember how you do it. We used to do it when we were in high school, and it was a terrible thing. You'd put bologna on a car. And I don't remember if you had to use mustard or what you had to do, but you would stick it on the car, and the sun would fry it. And when you peeled it off, it would pull the paint right off of the car. And you'd have big blank circles on your vehicle from people sticking bologna on it. Don't go do that shit. Don't mess with people's cars. Don't do that. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here with us. Cody, the Hooligan Games. Sounds awesome when you say it. Cody, this is what French people do before sex. Is that how it's done? I was wondering. Cricket Kiss by Amish first. Yep. It's the way to go. Amish people got all the good food. Alistair, the tortilla's gonna do... It's gonna fall apart before it does damage. Yeah. We might have to roll the tortillas. That would make it so much more fun. Instead of an open tortilla, you just got it rolled out. So it's like you're getting hit with like tortilla wieners. I just leveled it up. Just right here, right now. I said it first. You see that shit on the internet, you make sure they know who thought it up first. What's up, Della? Happy Freedom. We have the same hairstyle. It's crazy how many people show up just to talk about my hair. Thanks for joining the live. You know, it's always been that way. People used to show up because I had dreads, and now they show up because I'm bald. Well, whatever. Wait till I get tattoos and shit. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be selling real estate, advertisement. Mm-hmm. Tony, mustard, is that what it is? I can't remember. It's been a long time. What's up, Donald? Happy Freedom. What's up, Brad? Appreciate you being here. Let me see. What's up, Jessica? Happy Freedom. Mr. Coffee, the space between houses. The Gooch? Never mind. That's something else. Snooks, women's wet tank top contest. You're the ones got to convince everybody to do it. I don't think we're going to have any no's on that option. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy Freedom to you. All right, it looks like we are good to go. It's that time once again, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good thing. Didn't mute myself. We are good. Let's get these beats rolling. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. And we got President Trump live, North Carolina at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Coming up tomorrow. Going to read through really quick and we're wrapping her up. Guess I'm just use your burrito. That's the way to go. It ain't gonna fall apart. Thanks for being here, Sam. Appreciate all of you hooligans. Bobby Vinegar. I've never heard of vinegar being used on a vehicle. Cody, mustard is acidic. Yeah, I remember there being something about mustard involved with the whole bologna scheme thing. All right, I think we're good to go. Pretty sure. Love you too, hair juicer. Thank you, guys. All right, hooligans. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And we have President Trump who's going to be live in North Carolina. I believe it's a MAGA rally. I don't think J.D. Vance is going to be there, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see if he is going to be there. I'm going to try and kind of highlight what, when he's going to talk so we can hear J.D. Vance. He's been kicking ass lately. So, we'll hear J.D. Vance. We'll learn a little bit more about him, and then we will be covering President Trump. But like I said, I don't know if J.D. Vance is actually going to be at the rally tomorrow. We will see. But either way, look forward to Coffee with Hooligans and a MAGA rally tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you in the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.